Nah. My man Gavin. Can you hear anything, EJ, on the podcast? No, as long as y'all can see me. I gotta use the camera for the stream. I can't run the camera on both apps. Can you hear? That's what I was thinking.
I'm saying people always come say hi,
Let me
Alright, that should work. EJ, it should catch up in a little bit and give us some volume.
Okay.
I think I fixed it.
Let me see.
Yeah, I'm up for sure.
Yeah, I can hear it now. That's good now.
Bet.
All right. So
now we can start.
Hold on, bro.
Start
I'm
again.
about to post. I'm about to post on my gram. I'm about to post people to come on.
Oh, bet.
Yeah.
Cool.
Tell them to give us some hot takes.
Hot
You have
take.
Instagram? You have Instagram?
Yeah, we do. It's
EMU Club.
EMU Club.
There's dots in between the words.
Yeah.
Like
the.emu.club.
Make sure to follow us if you're watching.
We have
so
a
we got 4
TikTok.
people
It's
watching
popping.
right now.
EMU.
TikTok is popping.
What else? That's it?
We got every social media. We got a Reddit. We got a Discord. We got a Snapchat. We got TikTok, Instagram, Twitter.
Everything.
We got everything. We're on everywhere. Yeah. So make sure to sub. If you've seen this, make sure to hit the sub button. We got a very special guest today, and we're gonna keep having some fire guests for you guys over the weekend. We got Gavin, the real estate mogul, on here right now.
Yes.
we got the young Grant Cardone in here.
The young Grant?
The young Grant.
No way. Times 10 all the way?
Times 10 right here.
All the way.
Special treat. I'm gonna just wait for you to get your camera back on. Yeah, but so Spencer, how's your day been, man?
It's been chilling. I went to school today, had some class, didn't learn anything.
Facts.
What else? Yeah, no, I've had a pretty boring day. Oh, actually, no, I went to go hang out with my friends Alex and them, and then I came back home and I got lectured by the parents for good reason, but we passed it.
Was it because of the podcast or too edgy?
Yeah, we got to calm it down. She didn't like my comments
Are you
I was
serious?
making. No, I'm joking, bro.
Oh, I was about to say, oh man.
I'm fucking with you.
We got 4 people in here, man. Make sure to hit that sub button, man. If you're in here right now,
Subscribe.
Subscribe.
So, Gavin, what are you doing right now in real estate? Like, what's the goal?
For the most part, bro, the goal is to own as much income property as I can without trying to manage it. You know, I'm trying to get a 4 unit right now, as we speak.
Okay.
So I've been just hustling and grinding and stacking on my money.
So like a 4 unit, right? So how do you think like you can find 4 families? Or are you trying to live there yourself, or are you trying to like house hack? What's the moves?
Nah. It's like a different way. It's like an FHA loan. It's a loan.
Oh.
I mean, honestly, bro, to buy a 4 unit is not expensive. Like people think it's, oh, you see it for $300,000, you need all the money. Like you only have to put down like with the FHA, the FHA is like 3%. So 3% is on $6,000.
Yeah.
For you to put down and get it. Now, if you want to close on it, because you know when you buy something, of course, like there's people like me and you who want to buy it. Like 20% will like completely. If you put 20% down up front, then it's pretty much yours for the most part. But the whole goal is for you to get cash flow. You know, you don't buy a building with no tenants. You should have a
tenants first.
Yeah, exactly. So like you should basically go into a situation where the owner's trying to get rid of it, sell it, or give it to you. Not give it to you, but you know, sell it, and you can just basically already have the cash flow. You don't want to have to pay the mortgage with your own money. That's why you need tenants, so that they pay you. So like I can get a 4 unit and charge $1,000, and my mortgage is say $2,000, right?
Right.
I'm profiting $2,000 back into the business, so that can be used to do finances on your property, whatever, you know, because the whole point is for just to build the property up and gain value. Because how people buy real estate, you just take the equity out of your building and then buy another one, and that's why you know, like people always say for business, use other people's money, never use your money at all. If you can find some way to use somebody else's money, then you'll forever be rich in business, and you'll know how to maneuver and this and that. So if I can just buy at least 4 to 5 properties, you know, do my business thing, I can retire at 45 because if you have a lot of cash flow coming in, you can pretty much just chill and just like, yeah, you honestly can, yeah. It's like people think like the rich stay rich because they buy real estate. Like there's like 3 different types of there's passive income, portfolio, and earned. Earned income is you going to your job and you get taxed. Portfolio is stocks and bonds and your trust, like funds, whatever you have, stocks, bonds. That's something that's for your portfolio. And like I have a Vanguard, and I can't touch that till I'm like 50 something. You know, it just constantly compounding over time. And then you have your past.
IRA?
I was thinking about getting one. I'm gonna talk to my mom's financial girl because she does that stuff for my family. So,
okay.
I might get a Roth IRA. Just that you like you have to make 100. Like the most you can make is 120, and then it just stops. So if you become a multimillionaire and you just started, it's like once you hit over the 120K, you can't put any more money in there.
Yeah.
It just grows and grows over time, which is still good. But a Roth IRA, a good Vanguard. Oh yeah, and the passive is real estate because it's tax free.
Yeah.
It's tax free money. Like if somebody like literally they make $2,000 tax free.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's really just tax free. So if you could just figure out how to work a solid job and just invest in real estate, then you can live very, very comfortable.
Yeah. I don't know, Spencer. You're pretty into real estate too. I remember. How's your real estate journey going?
Shitty. Yep. Pretty shitty.
You like that sometimes.
What happened?
My investments were not worth it. The value has depreciated exponentially.
Oh wow.
It's not smart on my choices, but it's okay. It was only $5,000.
Were you like investing in houses or like what were you
Apartments.
A 4 unit? 8 units.
No, so I bought out 2 units.
Okay,
For $5,000.
it's not bad.
Pretty
Not in
good.
the
Where
best
were they
part of town.
located?
Yeah, that not the best part of town.
Of course, of course. That's how it is.
So do you still own them now?
No, got rid of them bitches.
Cause you sold it. Did you sell it below value?
Oh yeah.
Now, why didn't you just hold on and wait for the area to kind of like gentrify itself?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, no, I'm good.
You're good.
Yeah, real estate takes patience, bro. Honestly, like, yeah, having bad tenants sucks, man.
I don't need that.
But people always think to buy real estate, but then you gotta deal with people, bro. Like,
Yeah.
and you honestly have to be a little bit cutthroat at times, because if you give somebody, if they don't pay it for a month, then it's like, in their mind, okay, he'll give me this month, maybe I can do another month without paying, you know?
Yeah.
And if you're in the hood, bro, you know how it is in the hood, man. They're gonna like, it's not good, bro. Like, it sucks to say that, but you gotta have solid tenants. You can't have just people coming out, because then your cash flow is not gonna be great.
So what do you look for in a tenant when you're trying to fill this four units? What are you looking for?
You know what, bro? You know what? Who are the best tenants, bro? It's Section 8. You know why? Because the government's paying for the houses. People like, if you could find a Section 8 tenant, bro, it guarantees long term. Because to get on Section 8 is hard already. It's already tough. So if you can get on that, and if they're your tenant, the government's paying you, guaranteed money, man. You do not have to worry about money issues, because they can just put their little $50 in of what they can pay, and the government got you for the rest. You're solid. So Section 8, or just get a solid tenant. Like, I don't really know, but to look for a tenant, somebody who's responsible, has a solid job, who's doing something for himself, because all tenants don't stay.
Yeah.
And leave and buy a house or buy a condo. That's just part of how it is. But if I can get all Section 8, I would do that.
Really?
Yeah, bro. I mean, because it's not people, man. I was talking to my aunt, because she has a 4-unit, and people don't pay rent, and to evict somebody, bro, costs so much money.
Yeah.
A lot of time, not just them, but mentally too, because you can't just kick somebody out.
Yeah.
You can't kick somebody out.
You gotta give them notice.
Especially now with COVID. You can't kick anybody out with
COVID, bro. Like, people are not paying rent. They're like, oh yeah, because of COVID.
Yeah.
People are not paying rent, and it sucks. But yeah, man. Especially, he's in a bad neighborhood too.
Yeah.
It's bad, man. like I mean, because Cali's different, bro. I mean, I can't say that, because the hood is the hood. No matter where you go, there's always gonna be a hood. But I've never dealt with hood tenants. But my auntie, she told me a story about just how, like, yeah, you gotta really put your foot down. These are people too.
Yeah.
You can't be soft. Like,
give them an inch, take a mile, right? That's everybody.
Yeah.
Stocks. Just put the money in stocks.
Yeah,
I'm not messing with stocks right now, man.
Really?
I'm not messing with stocks right now. I don't think stocks are. I'm not messing with any more stocks this whole year. I have like my portfolio of long-term holds, and I'm not gonna add anything to it.
All of mine are long-term. I don't do the whole day trading, look at the numbers thing. I have it in. I literally have mine in 5 stocks that are just boom. They're gonna go up. It don't matter.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not really studying it, because my Vanguard kind of does that. But I will look into it. But it's just, yeah, I don't know, because everybody's doing either stock trading or forex. Like, everybody's doing forex.
That's where all the money's at.
Forex, man, the way how they market it is very scam marketing. I'm not even gonna lie.
It's multi-level marketing. Like, a lot of people, they try to sugarcoat it. Like, I remember I saw this guy, and the guy was like, "What do you do for a living?" And he was like, "I provide social and economic life changes or life flips to people." And he was like, what does that mean? He's like, I do Forex. And I was like, that's not the same thing at all. I was like, that is not the same thing. Like, IML Academy, they make a lot of money.
Oh yeah.
And the guys that are just signing up one or two people, you're not really doing the most. Like, I was talking to one of my friends, and to really get to like that chairman 100K, or you're getting $100,000 a month, you almost have to have, I think it's like over 100,000 people. I might
No,
be like closer
no,
to like 500,000 people.
no, that's way too. No, it's okay. So 2 people, your monthly's gone. 3 people is a P50. 12 is P6. P1000 is 30. P2000 is like 75. But the whole goal, bro, is like starting a company, right? You get your main core, and those are going to be the Chairman 100s, Chairman 250s. Like all these guys that are Noel, Bryce, Ray. I'm just naming trade house top guys. They went to house and they all pledge the same. They all pledge cap, but they all know each other, bro. And they market it as 6 months to a year. That's so hard to do.
Yeah.
Like it's like 30,000 people have to join. Like to be chairman 100, that's like 30,000 plus people. It's a lot of people.
Yeah.
And if you're at that level, you're not talking to all those people.
No.
You see, like
You can't.
you can't. Like literally, it takes calling hundreds. Bro, I've done this before. It takes calling 100 people every single day, DM it every single day.
Just doing straight cold calls.
Yeah.
You just call and just join the team. Like, and what they don't like, basically, bro, to win, you have to start a team within your own team. If us three started a trade house or any forex, we'll be winning because we started, and then we put our friends on, and they'll be up too. And then we just keep doing that, and keep doing it, and keep doing it. And then like, I remember this one story. Oh shit, I don't think I can see you guys in the camera.
We can still see you.
Okay, okay. What was I about to say? Yeah, the guy left for about 6 months because his mom passed away, right?
Mm-hmm.
He came back 6 months later. He's the chairman 250. He was a chairman 100 6 months ago, but his team worked for him, and now he's a chairman 250. You see, once you hit chairman, you're set because your team is going to work for you. You have already built a mentality within your team to grow and expand, and that's why they get people and it kind of shift your mind to be a team-minded person. Because if you sign me and if I get 10 people, you're on now.
Now I have 11 people.
Exactly.
And I didn't do anything. I just got one.
We didn't do anything. Exactly. And the whole point is to build a culture so that everybody will lift each other up. Because if you really think about it, it's like, why am I working hard and you're not doing shit?
Yeah.
And that's how people leave, and that's how they try to basically not tell you that. They try to be like, oh yeah, we're all together. Like they try to show you the little brunches, this and that. I'm not knocking for it. Like if you want to do it, it's fine. But to win, you have to build your own team. You cannot join the team already, because to get in contact with these chairmans, they're gonna get you in contact with the P2s and the P5s. And then once you get to a chairman, then she'll talk to you. Because chairman 200, 250, they only talk to chairmans. And then their chairman 10s talk to their P5s and P2s. And then those P2s it's a pyramid, bro. It's literally a pyramid. If you really think about it, it's all pyramid, bro.
Yeah.
It's all pyramid. But that's just how life is, man. Everything's how much like a pyramid scheme. Honestly.
Trickle down economy.
Trickle down economy, man. Really cool. Yeah. Yeah, man.
Yeah. Yeah, I think it's kind of like you ever see like those money circle games where it's like
those are such
you
a
get
scam.
closer to the bill. It's the same thing as Forex, really though. If you start your own game, you'll always win. But if you join someone else's game, your chances aren't looking that good. But if you start your own game, you get your amount of people in there. Everybody else invites a friend. It's just like you just said. It's like now you just started the game. All you did was put your name in the middle of the board. Now your friend, I call you, I call Spencer. Now you guys get 2 people because you're trying to get into the circle. Y'all 2 might make it in, but those people that y'all called in, they'll never make it to where I was. I'm already out. You know what I mean? I've already taken all your money and I'm out. Y'all are out.
And bro, I remember, yeah, I got scammed for that, and I did my part. And I really was getting my part. You know, this is the first time I ever seen this. Everybody trying to scam. I'm like, nah, man. I first got it at first, like during the start of the pandemic. It was like, yo, Gabby trying to. I'm like, nah, bro, this is no. And then I finally did it, and I was about to get paid, bro. Like that week was about to be my payday. They cut it off.
That shit was
That's how it
scammy
be,
as
man.
hell.
And
Every time.
and they're like, we're trying to build the community. I'm like, cut that bullshit out. Like, you guys are scamming. Don't try to bring the church involved. That's even worse. Don't try to bring up a church. Like, they were a church group.
Wow.
Exactly. You talk about God. You look at you stealing. It's just people also pastors. Pastors are in this. Pastors.
You know, Dr. Umar Johnson says the black church is the number one robber of the black community.
Bro, what? It is, bro. It's like, I mean,
the number one crutch, stabbing them in the legs every time.
You know what?
I heard $14 million are collected countrywide every weekend or every week.
And bro, I'm about to put you on. I saw a Tupac interview. He said you got these churches in these big mega domes, pastors riding Bentleys, Rolls Royces, and then you got people who are poor, struggling, giving their last dollar. And I'm like, if they just, and he said, if you put half of the money that they make into the hood and build that thing up, people will not be struggling, bro. It's like, I was at a church, and you know, I love the Price family and all, but they got bread, bro.
Yeah.
Got a Rolls Royce, got a Bentley, the whole family. They have a Palos Verdes estate. Now, Palos Verdes is very expensive in LA. That's like one of the most expensive places to live in LA. Palos Verdes estate, not a house, an estate.
An estate, that's nice.
In like, okay, so
it's a lot of land.
A lot of land, bro. It's super. It's like one of the. It's like it's up there with Beverly Hills and Bel Air.
Chino Hills. How much you catching on commission for that?
Huh?
How much would someone make commission if you're a real estate agent?
In Bel Air? Oh my God. I mean, it varies, but if you're a top agent, if you could sell, I mean, I remember some houses like 30 million, or say like you probably get about 3-4 million probably. They take about maybe 3% of that. So if you do the math, about if a house sold about 5-6 over there, do my calculator real quick. 6 million times 3%. Yeah,
it's kind of like that $1 million listing show.
Yeah. I mean, these top real estate agents, the guys who sell these $1 million homes, they may get one check a year, but that check is $4 million.
Yeah.
Yeah, like people think people like even right now, like Ladera Heights, like I live in View Park. View Park was like middle class. You have your doctors, you know, this is like the black community. It's like Ladera's majority black. And it's like everybody who went to Howard, some Morehouse, all the top black people, they from California, they move here. Now, with the stadium being here, gentrification is like crazy. Houses are selling for millions now, 3 million. And it's a middle class neighborhood. It's supposed to be middle class. Not house selling for 3 million, 2 million. I'm talking about a two bedroom, 2 bath, 1.2.
Sheesh.
2 bedrooms.
That's why everybody's leaving Cali, man. Everybody's leaving Cali now. No one's trying to pay that with the taxes and that.
Texas, here we come.
Texas, Nebraska, Montana.
My uncle's selling this house because he moved to Atlanta.
Yeah.
Like the equity that my mom has on our house that I live in part is crazy, bro. It's just because California, we got the Clippers, the Lakers, the Dodgers, the Angels, the Rams, the Chargers. It's like all in Inglewood now is booming. Inglewood's selling for $1 million now. Inglewood,
really?
Yeah.
Isn't that like the hood?
Some parts are, but it's like not anymore, bro.
Wow.
Not anymore. Like Inglewood had its good streets and its bad streets. It's always, you know, you have your good areas and then your bad areas. But Inglewood's millions. View Park, my neighborhood is now in the millions. A house sold for like up the street for like 1.8.
Wow.
Oh, we.
And the real estate, and my mom gets constant letters. Are you gonna sell your house? Because my area, this whole area is just spotless. It's like this area is a hot zone. Every agent wants to get a house over here because it's when the mother who's passed away The kids are fighting. They bidding for the house. You got those two kids who want to keep it for legacy. You got those two kids who are in money issues and want to sell. And to buy it out, you gotta sell. That's
Yeah.
why. That's why it's really like there's a lot of different races. Like this shit is real. Like it's only because we're not keeping it. And I don't care. I mean, it sucks that you see families selling it. It's a family house. Like my mom said, don't ever sell the house.
Yeah.
That's something to pass down for your grandkids, your great. That's supposed to be something to pass down from generation to generation. And kids are selling it because they don't have the money issue. Like they're just doing. I don't know, but it sucks. But hey,
Yeah, I think a lot of people don't really understand the value of having family property. Like even in like my case, like my dad was telling me in West Virginia, they had like close to like 200 acres down there, and then his like cousins basically just all voted to sell it. So now it's like this whole, and it's a complex, bro. Like he pulled up on Google Maps like a few months ago, and it's all like 500, 600,000 square foot houses in like a huge neighborhood now. And it used to all be our property, but they just wanted the short term. They didn't really see the long term. They could have even got a deal with the building place and got a much bigger rate because you're building a 600,000 square foot house.
Wait, that's West Virginia, right? Isn't like oil like big out there? No, not oil.
Yeah,
Coal mines.
I think it was
Coal,
Yeah,
coal mines.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Like, and people be like, why did the rich stay rich? Because they don't sell. They don't sell their property. They don't sell it. Like,
yeah,
especially black people, we have to find a way to like change our mind because we sell. We want the quick, but in the long term, they could have made a deal. They could have owned that. They could own the land, basically have
still,
their land, basically pay them. Like you gotta like now. This pandemic helped us learn a lot. Like now we know about
Yeah.
stuff. We know about this and that. So, because the wealth gap in this world is crazy, bro. It's 98-2. It's 98-2, man. Like
I need to what?
98% of like it's just like I'm trying to think. Let me get my numbers right. It's like black people want to be wealthy, but they don't know what it's like to be wealthy. They don't know what to
Yeah,
do to be wealthy. And I was complaining about it's 98% made by white and 2%. Well, because they do not sell. Like, you want to be wealthy, let's keep our property. Let's start our own business. Let's fund to the
Yeah.
community. You know what I'm saying? That's what we have to do. But
yeah,
like if they sold it and they could have owned that land and basically, okay, y'all can build, y'all gotta for every house, y'all get commission for every this. You know what I'm saying? Like, cause like my
exactly.
family have like down like Newton, Louisiana. It's like KKK heavy, bro. It's like black people cannot go down there. 100 acres that we own, 100 acres, and now it's just a whole bunch of. It's like we're in a redneck country. It's like deep in the backwoods of Louisiana, and so now that my family's trying to figure out: are we gonna sell it? Are we gonna keep it? Because it's just a whole bunch of land, got wood, lumber, a whole bunch of stuff, man. So if
Yeah,
we, yeah, like and don't get mad. Like you gotta keep land, bro. Like lands, like people understand the power of owning
Land.
land.
Yeah, nah. Whoever, because they're not making anymore.
they're not.
Last I checked, nobody's making any more land. That's why these people are buying up islands left and right.
like, thank you, Spence.
Building their own islands in Dubai.
Facts.
Like they're building islands.
Yeah, man. You ever seen Palm Islands?
No.
They literally built like it looks like I guess like a palm leaf is probably the best thing. And it's literally an artificial island they built off the coast of Dubai, and now they have like another part of it right next door. It's called like I think it's called like Earth 2 or something. There's like a weird name to it, and it's essentially like they built a bunch of more artificial islands, but named it like after every country. And now there's even one for like all 50 states. So there's like 300 something islands that you can just buy independently, and they're are all of them are artificial. It's kind of interesting to see how they did it.
That's
Like
wild.
they've been working on it for like over a decade. They pump sand into the ocean enough to basically build infrastructure onto artificial islands in the middle of the ocean.
Oh shit. Dang.
Yeah, and it's extremely expensive. Like, you know what I mean? These are like Dubai oil money guys, like royalty people that are getting these places because it's like you can't afford that off a mortgage. You know what I mean? If you're buying an island in Dubai, you're paying in cash.
Oh
and
yeah,
you're spending like 40,
Yeah.
50, 60, 100 million. You know what I mean?
yeah, facts.
But,
Minimum.
yeah,
Minimum.
that's like the low end.
Yeah, man. I mean, I was in London. It was July of 2019. No, 20. Was when I, yeah, 2019. Yeah, 2019. And the Uber driver, was just showing me around all the rich areas of London, and I'm seeing Dubai, like royal family. I'm seeing royal African families from Switzerland, just all different races, just like they're in the little rich areas. And like they're showing me how the houses are built, and it's like a whole street full of just rich, like 16 bedrooms, 20 baths, and you can't tell because how the houses are in London is more of like side by side, and when you
Yeah.
go inside, then you see the house. I'm like, yeah, yeah. He said that these houses sell for $20 million, our money,
Yeah,
$20 million.
I believe it.
And there's a special club. It's like a country club in London, and like to get in, just to have the chance to get in, it's like 20K just to put your
Yeah,
foot through the door. It's like
yeah.
it's like the own little rich area where you just have the rich families going to these boutiques. You see the families, it's like wow, like seeing the wealth in like different like neighborhoods. Because I was in Kensington, and that's like the wealthiest part of London. I'm seeing land trucks. I'm seeing I'm seeing a whole bunch of cars. I'm like, man, it's
The
cool because
Nerdist.
and like they're driving and like they're driving on the right hand side. So it's just cool seeing that, man. It's just like seeing how
Yeah.
people are
That's
wealthy.
definitely wild.
Yeah, man. Driving out there, it's just the whole road is different, bro. Just think how we drive on like the left side. It's just the same thing, but the whole it's like it's so weird, like having to pull up and you come on the left side, and you're a passenger, like and learning how to drive is like our short left turn is their short right turn. I
Yeah,
think,
because you're going
and like
on the same, right?
yeah, exactly, yeah. So
That'd be
it was
confusing.
it's so confusing, really confusing, honestly. And I was talking to a guy from London. He came to my job, and he said, yeah, he said you guys drive weird out here. I was like, what? Yeah. I was like, okay, you guys drive weird, right?
Yeah, that's kind of like Nantucket. When I spent the summer on Nantucket, I was valeting and I valeted at the yacht club a couple times. And like this yacht club is like where Robert Kraft brings his yacht. Like,
What?
yeah,
Robert,
I saw Robert Kraft like walking across the street one day, and I was like,
No
"Go Pats!"
shot.
And he was like, "Hey," like he
oh,
was
shut
like,
Robert
you
Kraft.
gotta think like Nantucket's 30 miles out to sea off the coast of Boston. So it's not like you're in any danger. He had no security with him, no nothing. Just a billionaire walking down the street in
He was just
Nantucket.
in Nantucket vibing.
He was just vibing on the street. It was a nice day. He had girls with him, like a few friends with him. They were just chilling. And
That's
like
actually
it was just
dope
like,
as
wow.
shit.
Yeah, man. Like Bill Belichick parks his yacht at the yacht club, and then kind of just seeing like the people there, like they're just chilling. You know what I mean? Like you're just out there for the summer. You just go spend your summer in Nantucket, and like the yacht club is just like you're saying with that country club. Like the docking fees are outrageous. First of all, then your membership fees are ridiculous, and then you have to have like a month or a yearly food. They call it. And I think it's tens of thousands of dollars. I think it might be 50K. So it's like no one's gonna eat 50K in foods. They're basically just saying you have to give us like 50K every year, like on top of that. So it's like it's a crazy situation to just see like that's expendable income to some people, and that's more than most people make in a year, and they're spending that just to have membership at a yacht club. It's a crazy world. But I mean, I think you can look at it two ways. You can kind of look at it and be like, oh, like tax the rich, eat the rich, or you can kind of look at it and say like, what would you do in that situation? You know what I mean?
I'm trying to say, bro. I always tell people about that. They're like, these guys. I mean, these billionaires. I mean, some were born into it. Some had to grind it from nothing.
Yeah.
So how you gonna tell somebody who made $1 billion from nothing tax me more when he was an entrepreneur, not working, stressing? Like, remember that, bro? You posted a picture on your gram about the side effects, what the bad sides of being an entrepreneur.
Oh yeah, I posted that yesterday.
Exactly. So it's like people think, oh, tax the rich.
It's a
You want?
struggle, man.
It's like You weren't there when he was at 2 a.m. up. You weren't there when he was not sleeping. You weren't there when he was grinding on his like working hard, not talking about it, just eat, sleep, workout. Like you weren't there. So
I'm
like
trying to tell people this, bro.
like people
They don't
just
understand it.
they don't understand like being an entrepreneur is not easy.
People
You
just see the good side.
We
People
were
only
talking
see
about
one
this, though,
side.
EJ. So
We
if
were.
you're top 1%, are you liable to give back to people that you necessarily don't want to give back to, that aren't working as hard as you are and don't have the same drive that you did? Should you have to give those people money?
I've never been a person to say, or you can go ahead and answer, Gavin. I'm just gonna say, like, I've never been a person to tell somebody what to do with their money. I think
Facts.
that it's kind of naive for someone that doesn't have to tell someone that does have how to use their money when they wouldn't even know what to do. People are like, "Oh, I asked my friend, like, what would you do if you got $1 billion?" He's like, "Oh, I'd probably give away like the majority of it." And it's like, why? Give it
No.
away. Why?
Oh,
Why would you
no.
do that?
My thing is, especially in the black community, man, it's always whenever you make it, bro, and you're rich, they just assume they're gonna help and just give
Mhm.
back. And it's like it's handouts, and that
All your cousins, all
all
your
you
aunties,
gotta bring everybody.
uncles.
Sucks because like it really sucks because you're gonna have those uncomfortable conversations. And people who are black and are rich, they say, "Man, I don't talk to people no more." Some families are still struggling because in my mind, when I'm rich, I have a family. That comes first. I got my kids, my wife. That's first. I take care of my immediate family, which is my mom, my cousin, my uncles and aunts. That's first.
Yeah,
Everybody else, like if you're not my first cousin, honestly, like like that's my like, that's my mom's brother's like child. That's
exactly.
exactly. So like they take care of first. Now what we need to do is that if I have $100 million, okay, Brandon Marshall said it on his podcast. He said, "Use me, but use me.
I
Come up with
saw that. I
come
saw
up
that.
with come up with a business plan. Do not be like, oh,
You
can I have
saw that one, right? No,
yeah."
what did he
I
say? He
follow
said,
all the business page on Instagram. I follow all that stuff, bro. They're
yeah,
like, use me, but use me. Okay, I got $100 million. Let's invest, so then you can become a millionaire, a multi-millionaire.
open a car wash, open a dry cleaner. People
Thank
don't
you.
want to do it. At the
Yeah,
end of the day, people don't want to do the work. They want a constant handout. And
yeah.
that's just not, and they see that you got it, and then they
Oh,
only see the end product. You know what I mean? By the time that you get that $100 million
yeah.
check, like, say you sell a company and you get $3 billion out of it. They only see that $3 billion check. They don't see the 12 plus years that you spent grinding, building this company up, talking to
Not
people, the
nobody.
thousands of no's that you got before you got that one yes. Those no's they hit hard. You know what I mean? Like you got to
They,
kind of take them, but you get a lot of no's just doing regular stuff. I think they said Microsoft got turned down over like 1,700 times
bro,
before they got an investment.
he says like 1,700 times. He has 70 real, like just the look, and only like 15 get real offers.
Yeah,
That's damn near 2,000 people he went to,
yeah.
and 85% said no.
To Microsoft.
So
To
look, like,
Microsoft. And this was
Bill
before
Gates,
Microsoft existed. So
right?
I guess you could kind of say it seems outlandish to even pitch something like Microsoft before
Yeah,
there's a Microsoft. It kind
yeah,
of seems ridiculous because
yeah.
people thought computers was just a fad. And back in those days, like the late 80s, people just
Old
thought, oh,
school.
it's just a fad, it'll pass, you know. But nowadays, you can't go anywhere
Look at us.
without a computer.
Look at like
Look
look
at
at
this now.
like and it's crazy because like Steve Ballmer, Bill Gates, they were all boys from college who dropped out. They were like Harvard or Yale. Was it Harvard or Yale?
That was
Was it
Mark
Harvard?
Zuckerberg, was Harvard.
Where did Bill
Was
Gates go to? I think he went to Yale, right?
it
Or did he
MIT?
go to like Columbia or something? He went to
Columbia?
MIT.
I don't know.
Your boy Mark
But
was at
Marky
the
Mark, I
Harvard.
love some Mark, man. Mark, if you wanna work with me, man, if you see this somehow, hit me up, man. Just
If you
email
honestly,
me,
like to, if you like to code something for us, just real quick, I'm sure you could do it in like a day.
bro. Like,
Mark,
have you seen the Social Network? He literally would lock himself in rooms, like sacrifice relationships, and just code for weeks on end. Like,
EJ, he was
he
wired
was
in.
not showering. One man, you know what I mean?
He
Like,
was
and then
wired
of
in.
course, like he had but you gotta look at the other people, right? His roommate that was a Brazilian millionaire already. He got most of that funding, that early funding from him. You know what I mean? It was from his dad. So if he didn't go to Harvard, if he had a different roommate, we might not even know what Facebook is. You know what I mean? So it's all like you got to take advantage of those situations. Because if he didn't get those initial investments to even get the servers or get the stuff that he needed, he might not even be able to launch the site live and handle the capacity that it grew to so fast.
He did steal the idea.
Eh, you know,
He stole it from those twins. You can't hold him on that, bro. But
I
the
don't know.
twins didn't have it patented, and they told the wrong person, and he took it.
They told the absolute wrong person. They could have told probably 99% of people on that campus, and it wouldn't have turned out like that. They told the absolute wrong person.
They told Mark, and Mark was like, "Yeah, this is mine now."
But to be honest, I think it's very different a Harvard Connect versus a social network, where it's people that aren't at Harvard. Because if he built what the twins wanted, they were never going to reach out of Harvard and probably not even out of Ivy Leagues. Mark was always trying to make it a global thing from early stages. You know, he had the vision.
Mark wanted the exclusivity first, and then he saw how well it did with just Harvard students, and then he took it to your Columbia, and then I think Stanford got it.
Yeah, he took it out west.
Yeah,
and that's
when he met your boy who got always caught with the drugs.
Oh yeah, but that dude's still a billionaire to this day.
Who?
What was his name? He was like the guy that basically taught Mark like the investing ropes. It was like Mark's like role model essentially in like the early days. I'm about to look up the cast of the movie because that'll probably be easier. Andrew Garfield. That was
good job. That was a good movie. I
Sean Parker. Sean Parker is his name.
Sean Parker. Okay.
He had started like an early tech company, and then
he started up the MP3 player.
Napster. He started up Napster. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
He basically was just eliciting or stealing music before that was like a big thing, and like illegal, and that was worth $2.6 billion.
Wow.
It was evaluated at it.
And he's only ranked number 722nd in the world's net worth, and he's worth $2 billion.
That's crazy.
He's not even top 100.
Bro, you know Kim Kardashian's a billionaire now.
Yeah. So is Ye. Shout out Ye, man. Ye, if you ever want to drop a song, man.
Nah, not Ye.
Ye's worth $6 billion.
He's worth about 6.3. He's worth more than Jay-Z.
We're not Ye worthy yet. Ye's a god.
Ye?
Yeah.
Ye is a god.
Ye is up there.
That
Ye
man
is definitely
bought
up there.
a ranch before ranches were cool.
He knew the vibes. He knew like Montana, it's better to get 500 acres in Montana than to spend 30 million in California.
Bro.
Oh, 100%.
Bro, you know he's building a Yeezy campus on that acres.
Yeah.
Like they had a little tour. He might build a freaking college university, bro.
Yeah.
It's called Yeezy University. Just for kids.
Yeezy brand.
Like people say, "Oh, he's crazy." No, he's not. He's not. People just see, Kanye was in debt. I said, watch Kanye come out. I said, because I'm a huge fan of Kanye, like music wise, but overall as a person, even though he has a little bipolar meltdowns, you know, he's just crazy like that. He's just a genius. But that's what genius do. They have those little mental breakdowns. But I say he's different. Like Jay-Z is on a whole nother level too. You got Jay-Z up there with business wise too, but Kanye worth more than all of them.
Maddie's in here. Spencer, what's up, Maddie?
Maddie is in here. She was asking me why my mic was so low. I didn't think it was that low.
But yeah, I think that it really is like it's something to kind of look forward to because it's like I have this book right here. If you guys are looking for a good book, if you're still with us, it's called Our Kind of People. I guess it's kind of targeted to more Black people. It's essentially just a story of Robert F. Smith, like the first guy that owned the first Black guy that owned $1 billion company. And it kind of talks about Black wealth and kind of like the struggles that you face, even like dealing with the Black community, kind of like the backlash that you get Because it's not like he's not known to be like a civil rights leader, right? You know what I mean? And this was, I think, the 60s or 70s. Yeah, I think it was before BET. BET, the guy, what's his name? Robert. I think his name was Robert too. But he, where do I submit my transfer papers to Yeezy U?
Master
But
program.
yeah, he had a $1 billion company in the early like 70s, like late 60s. And people kind of came after him like, oh, like you haven't done this, you haven't done that. And it's like he's out there in Martha's Vineyard. And like it's a really interesting story to learn, like, because think about even Howard, right? Like it started in 1867. If you were going to Howard in the early 1900s, like 19, if you were a founder at a fraternity, what, 1906 for AKAs or 1908, 1906 for alphas, right? If you're one of those people, you were on a whole nother level of class.
Alpha started at Cornell.
But I mean, like the time period.
Oh yeah, that was a time where it was rough, man. It was really rough for black people, man. It was just.
I'm pretty sure it was Columbia, wasn't it?
No, listen, bro. My cousin, he graduated from Cornell, bro. He told me about that. I was like, Cornell? He's like, yeah, it's Cornell, bro. Look up the Alpha chapter of that frat, and it will show you the Cornell University. It's not, even though it's the Alpha where it started, being an Ivy League, there's not a lot of black people there, so of course the line is not going to be as big compared to a Howard line or a Morehouse line, where it's an HBCU dominant. But yeah, Alpha Phi Alpha started at Cornell University, bro. Cornell, man.
Yeah, but either way, like to be a black guy at Cornell in 1906, that's kind of like an unfathomable experience to, I say, everybody today. You know what I mean? Like this was pre-civil rights, this was pre-everything, and you're at a university starting something that's going to be around for hundreds of years. Like that's a whole nother level of discipline. That's a whole nother level of intelligence, and it's like it's really impressive, honestly, to even see like the fortitude and even like wherewithal to even say like this is the problem, we need to solve this problem and make a group for like people that are like us, because you know what I mean.
Just imagine their mentality then, bro. You gotta understand, like, you gotta think how we may think that we have it hard now, but imagine them.
Yeah,
they have to go through, and the rules and the segregation.
They couldn't even live on campus.
Our generation has it easier than any generation before us, all because of this shit in our fucking hands. And it's called literally a walking free computer that you hold into your hands that has Google, that has all the answers.
Yeah, like you literally used to not ask somebody anything. You have your phone, look it up. If you want to know about your history, you got your phone. You can do that.
Yeah.
Our phone right now, like look at, like we are literally, like, bro, you guys are like, I'm talking to you. I'm in a whole different state, bro. Like look, like
we're all in different states.
Exactly. So just think, like back then, what was you call somebody, or it was by horse, or like like you had to go by horse and ride a horse from Delaware to Virginia. Like imagine how long it took for news to get through.
They wrote letters.
Letters.
Letters. Like I remember back in like the old ancient times where people literally ran. Remember the people who would run? Yeah, but some people who would run from like 10, 20 some 30 miles just to deliver a letter from a guy trying to talk to a princess, had to deliver a letter to tell him how much he loves her. And like it was just so.
That's why they got the marathon, right? Wasn't it from one guy came back and he had to run like 23.5 miles to tell the people that they won the war.
That's where we get marathon from.
Nike, and then that's why they call it Nike, because it means like victory.
Yeah.
Marathon.
Bro,
yeah, his name was something like that too. It was like Marathonis.
Something.
History. It's very old Greek. Old Greek life.
Greek life.
Marathonis. That's a cool name. Not gonna lie.
We named his son.
It's interesting.
We named his son that.
Marathonis? Maybe.
I'm not.
You're capping. You would not name your son Marathonis.
Marathon.
Green. Marathon is green.
Marathon is green.
Nah.
he'd have like a.
Your mic cut out, Spencer. I couldn't
Yeah,
hear you.
I can hear you, bro. Is Spencer? Is cut off?
I don't know what just happened. But yeah, it's definitely it's crazy, and I think it's kind of there's a lot of naiveness. I think there's more naiveness that's come out of having technology in our pockets than not. You know what I mean? Like it's not even like ignorance. It's just being like so naive to every situation. Like you go on Twitter now, you can get canceled for anything. We could probably get canceled for something we said in this podcast, and we even said something crazy.
I was just talking about with the homies, bro. Like I was talking about Howard, like, you know. Let's go with the sweaty quick, right? Bro, you know that video was edited?
Wait. Spencer, I'm hearing a lot of feedback from your mic.
Spencer.
You're getting a lot of feedback in here.
Hello? Spencer? Bro. Yeah, easy. I had to tell you, bro. I was talking to the friend homies about this, and I don't want to get canceled because like everybody was team sweaty, but that video was edited.
And what is that?
Team Sweetie. Remember Quavo and his girlfriend?
Oh,
Sweetie. It's a
Sweetie,
Sweetie.
yeah.
Yeah, bro. Look, that video was edited at first, bro. It just shows Quavo pulling her in, but it's like she swung on Quavo.
What?
Yes, bro. Like
wow.
he swung, and it just shows him doing, and like, bro, every girl is like, it's team her, team that. But look, you never let bro speak. It's always when it comes to domestic, anything when it comes to guy and girl fight, they always side with the female, and they never let the guy speak.
Never.
And it's like when we challenge them, they're like, so they basically like, so is she a liar? Trying to make us feel like I'm like, no, I'm not saying that, but it's like I want to wait till he speaks, and then I'll make an answer. I don't want to just side with with what people see. I'm not gonna side with her just because everybody's saying that. Like with the Tory and Meg thing, like I remember this guy on his podcast said like he told his girl, um, he said, "Well, I'm gonna wait till more information." She was like, "Well, so," she said to him that you must be calling Meg a liar for saying that. I'm like, nobody's saying that. Nobody's saying that Meg's a liar, but I want to wait till Tory speaks up and see his point of view, and then I'll make the better answer who to side with. And then it's like I remember some lady shot her like boyfriend with a shotgun in the head, and like nobody ever talked about that. Like nobody.
Why would they?
Some famous woman shot her boyfriend in the head, and
the first thing that people say, well, what did he do?
Exactly.
Well, what did he do? He must have did something. Exactly. What? What do you mean?
Like, why is it always on us? Like, it's like if your girl cheats on you, it's your fault.
Yeah, you weren't doing something right.
Exactly. So you're basically justifying her for cheating. But when we do it, it's like it's all our fault.
Yeah.
It's so double. Like we have to basically make it fair. Like, and also I was talking my friend. Girls are mad about transgender women in sports, and I'm like, you guys want equality, right? Equality.
That's a strange topic to me. Like, I feel like if I were to play a woman's sport in high school, I would have dominated any sport I was playing. There's no question about it. And it's like there's nothing different from me and someone that's transitioned into a transgender woman. Well, you know what I mean? It's like there's really nothing different.
Bro, I saw this video, bro, and I saw this transgender woman just dust the girls in 100-meter, like straight dust. And it's like you don't see women who transition to men doing that. You don't ever see they exactly. So it's like, should transgenders get their own league, their own little spotlight? Because
who's gonna watch that?
Nobody.
they're not gonna make money, so they're not gonna get paid, and then they're gonna be saying that they don't get paid enough. That's the only thing that's gonna happen from that.
Oh my, that's a conversation because like it's like you guys want equality. Like okay, if she's woman, like okay, if they want to transition, be woman. But don't get mad when they want to play your sports, when they want to do this and that, and they're beating you. Don't be upset though.
Did you see that one video where it was a girl and she was talking about the same thing in high school sports? There was two guys or two transgender women, and they beat the or like the state record for like the 200-meter. But then they compared the times to the men's time, and they wouldn't even been top 50 if they ran the exact same time.
What?
So it's like, but they won medals because they were in the women's race. But they wouldn't even been in top 4 places. They wouldn't even placed if they were in the men's.
Wait, time out. You just said to me that when they transition to a woman, when they beat the women records, but when they're a man, they're only 50th.
Yeah, like if you compared that exact same time for the same. But any kind of like, running, jumping, pole vault, shot put, the men's records are always higher. That's why they have two different records. Because no one would ever really be top 10 if they had the same division. You know what I mean? That's why we separate the sports to shine light on the women and the men that excel for their genders. So it's kind of like when you blur those lines, you're really just saying it's anybody's game to get anything they want. And I think that's like the main problem with it. It's not like that people don't want them to play the sports. It's that it makes it unbalanced.
Yeah, it does, man. And it sucks because like I feel for girls. Like damn, like you're basically competing against a lower version of a like it's a higher, more athletic female and us
Yeah.
off of genes because she was born a man at first, so she's gonna have already an advantage. And it sucks, but I mean that's just how it is. I mean, well, maybe girls have to take more testosterone. I don't know, but there's just find some little way to make it even because there's more of them now, and it's like, what if transgender female goes to the WNBA and starts dunking? I'm watching.
Yeah.
I'm watching that. Imagine a girl dunking on a girl like LeBron, like when LeBron body Jason Terry type shit. Like imagine that kind of a dunk. You see that? Imagine like it's like I want them to get paid, and I watched the I Am Athlete podcast a lot, and Brandon Marshall brought up these guys, and what they should do is lessen the season, and these male athletes need to sacrifice some of their check to help build up the WNBA. But then it's like, why should I pay my hard-earned money?
Exactly.
It's like
that doesn't make sense. That's a bad solution. You're taking from because it's not like it's easy to make the NBA. If you're making the NBA, you're like a top like 500 basketball player in the world, on the planet. You're like a top tier athlete. You don't need to be getting your salary cut to build up another league that you don't even have ownership in. Like at the end of the day, Adam Silver can boost that league up if he really wanted to. You know what I mean? Take it out of his pockets, take it out of the budget, make the owners pay for it. Because I mean, I think LeBron's owner like the LA Sparks now, right? He's like part owner.
I know
he owns part of Boston too.
Yeah, Red Sox. He owns like a few teams now. Yeah. Patrick Mahomes bought some. What was it? The Kansas City. What's their team?
He's on a whole different level. He signed a 10-year, $500 million contract. And it's crazy because he has to win now. Like he cannot get one ring and just like he has to face Tom Brady again this year in the championship.
We'll see, man.
You think Patrick Mahomes has to?
No, Tom. Like, if you sign a 10-year with that amount of money, now out of all that money, I don't know the taxes involved with the Kansas City,
It don't
Missouri.
even matter at that point.
It's just that's so much money. That's so much money, bro. You can't just win one and dip. You can't be an Aaron Rodgers and win one and just go to the championship and then lose. Like you have to win multiple championships. That's what I think. Because
That's what they paid him for.
exactly. So like that's why Tom is always gonna be the GOAT because he sacrificed pay to win.
Yeah.
You see, football is always next man up. It's a 53-man roster on that team, and they have practice squad.
Yeah.
Like Robert Kraft, they can't afford like how these NBA owners can just give LeBron $85 million 2-year extension. Like, you can't
you can't do that. I don't think you can do
football.
that.
You can't do that. Even though football, even though every team is worth $1 billion, but you can't just be giving out a guy $200 million. You have to pay for the special teams, offense,
coaches,
defense, coach, exactly all this. Yeah, everybody.
They have way bigger coaching staffs, way bigger training staffs.
Exactly.
More equipment costs. You only wearing a jersey and shorts in basketball.
Basketball is determined by the players, man. I always say that. Like, if LeBron decides to go to the Lakers, he's going to win a chip with the Lakers. And look what he did with us. He won a chip. KD wants to go to Brooklyn, so he's going to take his ass to Brooklyn. And he built a super team like it's based off of the athletes. Football is two different sides of the field. You know, honestly, the defense won that chip this year. They played cover 2 the whole night, and they basically they were showing that they're gonna no they did blitz, right?
Oh, they blitzed the whole night.
Yeah, they blitzed a lot. Yeah, but
Patrick Mahomes was running for his life
and still dotting. He was horizontal dotting people in the face.
Yeah.
Man's insane.
Yeah.
Patty Holmes is the best player in the NFL right now. Who else?
Aaron Donald.
Defensive wise, yeah.
In the NFL.
Aaron Donald.
Aaron Donald's the best defensive player in the NFL right now.
He's the best athletic person. I would say like he's the best athlete in the league.
So not DK?
Bro, have you seen
You want me to give the best player in the NFL to somebody who runs in a straight line?
Nah, I gotta.
You talking about DeAndre Hopkins? You think DK's better than DeAndre?
Sheesh.
Nah.
Yeah.
Hopkins way better. DK just physically, and like he's just a.
He's a monster.
He's a monster, but yeah, Aaron.
But he's a streaker.
Yeah, like Aaron Donald said he bench pressed 500, and that was like light to him. I'm like, wow. Like, bro, like you're on a whole different level. You just sitting there bragging to DK Metcalf. Because I think DK did like 300 something. He's like, oh, that's it? I was like, wow. He said, that's it. And bro said, yeah, 500 pounds. He could bench press that. He's like 6 feet tall.
Animal.
Yeah, he's like 6'2".
And he's like.
But his footwork is crazy. His footwork is ridiculous.
His hands, too.
Bro, go look at DeAndre. Just go look at DeAndre.
DeAndre's jacked, man. I mean, if you're in the NFL, you're jacked.
You give DeAndre Hopkins Russell Wilson as a quarterback and not Kyler Murray, who's already developing into a good quarterback? Bro.
Yeah. Give D-Hop Tom Brady. Oh, my God.
Honestly, keep it with Kyler. Cardinals are going to a chip. If they do this draft right, they pick up a running back in this draft. They pick up a couple O-line members out of the draft.
Mm-hmm.
And then you go for some defensive players. You're winning a chip.
You think they're gonna win the chip?
Oh yeah.
I don't know. I think it depends on where.
You have J.J. Watt now on your defense.
Oh yeah, I forgot it, bro. They added a lot of good pieces.
They did, yeah.
The Cardinals are winning a chip. They called it here first on the EMU podcast.
Can Kyler Murray lead a championship team though? Can he be the best guy to win that team?
Oh my God, yeah. When you have wide receivers all around you.
Oh yeah.
They just picked up AJ Green.
Oh.
You got D-Hop.
AJ Green is old.
You got Larry, old but reliable. Look at Larry. Larry's old as shit, and he's still reliable.
Larry will catch you a ball. He will catch you a ball.
He's reliable. AJ's reliable.
Yeah, he is.
Oh man.
Yeah, I forgot about Arizona. To be honest with you, that's the NFC West. Oh, we gotta play them. Oh my God, we gotta play the NFC West. That's in our conference. The Rams. We got Matt Stafford. I want to see what he's gonna do.
Aren't you a Chargers fan?
Oh no, y'all got rid of Goff. The only thing y'all got is defense, man. Y'all got Jalen Ramsey and y'all got fucking Aaron Donald.
You just
Jalen
said
Ramsey is a
the
beast.
Chargers, EJ.
Yeah, you're a Chargers fan, bro.
He's a Rams fan.
No.
He just said he had Stafford, EJ.
Nah, man, he's capping. He's capping for the podcast.
Chargers. The Chargers, bro. They're not even LA team, bro. Don't even count them, bro. That's the one team that you do not count LA. Like, if you're a Chargers and an Angels fan from LA, bro, get out of here, bro. Like, you're Angels. Like, come on now.
Isn't it
Wow, you're gonna diss Mike Trout like that?
I like Trout, but it's like I'm a Dodger fan, so like in my mind, it's just like that's like the Clippers and Lakers, bro. Like you can't be fans of both. You gotta choose one and stick with that. Like,
yeah, you're right.
Like they got like speaking of Lakers, man. My team has been injured. LeBron.
I thought you were a Kings fan.
You see, he's capping, bro. He just fuck with me now. He just capping at this.
So, De'Aaron Fox, he's the GOAT.
Hold on. Yo, what's up, bro? Hold on. I'm on my podcast right now. Oh shit. Yeah, I'm on a podcast. It's the homie, bro. It's the homie Jay. Josh came in. We just, chilling at Ladera, you feel me, in the crib. Speaking of Lakers, AD and LeBron looks completely fine to me. I'm seeing them talking on the sideline, cruising, talk about champagne and wine and shit. This nigga LeBron laughing. All right.
I think that Paul George needs to retire.
I don't know.
Yeah. Paul George should start just coaching kids, or he should be like a Carmelo kind of guy, and just go to like a young team and just stop like chip chasing and try to like develop a team.
Wow.
PG's only 30, bro.
Wow.
Bro, but he's already like on the mellow path. Like he's not.
The Clippers are third in the West.
Bro, they're not making it out the West.
Bro,
let's be honest.
What? That's like
what did he say?
Bro, they're not going to beat the Nuggets. If they go against the Nuggets, they're not beating the Nuggets.
The Nuggets?
The Denver Nuggets?
You telling me Paul George hasn't done anything this year, EJ?
I'm telling you, Paul George is not going to win a chip this year.
That man has 22.6 rebounds and 5 assists a game. He averages a steal a game.
He does not have 22.56 rebounds.
It's Paul George. Like his regular season, like he plays great during the regular season, but playoff time last year shows Pandemic P says it all. So until
the Lakers are fifth.
Bro, the Lakers have two hurt stars.
Y'all don't have Andre. Y'all don't have Davis. Y'all don't have Braun.
And look, we're fifth seed. So imagine
everybody knows the Brooklyn Nets are gonna win this year. Everybody knows.
Bro, Utah. Look at Utah, bro. Utah's nasty. Utah's 38-12. They're number 1 in the West. I don't want to hear it.
Utah is not gonna make it out the West.
All I gotta say is Utah's not being LeBron and AD healthy. That's just they haven't added anything good besides Aaron Gordon. Like he's a good pickup.
Aaron Gordon is nice.
I mean, yeah, he's a good pickup, bro. But if the Lakers turn out to be 8 seed, I want the Jazz number 1. We'll fucking beat them. Like the Utah, if we get LeBron and AD healthy, right? It's the playoffs. We've lost all these games. We're the 8 seed. Everybody's healthy. Who you gonna take, LeBron and AD as an 8 seed or the Utah Jazz?
I'm taking LeBron.
Okay,
LeBron and 4. LeBron and 4.
LeBron and 4. Wow.
They're gonna be the first 8 seed to.
Have y'all even watched Utah?
Bro, it's LeBron, bro. You think LeBron's gonna fold to Utah?
That's Go James.
LeBron beat the Warriors. They beat the best team of all time.
Once.
LeBron almost beat the Warriors by himself that first year in Cleveland.
Yes, sir.
Oh, we're gonna act like he didn't already have Kevin Love. We're gonna act like he already didn't have Kyrie Irving. We're gonna act like they just weren't there.
They were there, but they weren't who they are now. They were still young. Wasn't that like Kyrie's sophomore year? That was like his second year or something.
Nah.
It might have been his third because Kyrie got drafted when LeBron left, and then LeBron played 3 years, and then he came back, and then they went to the chip.
He played 4 years at the Heat.
Huh?
He played 4 years at the Heat.
Because bro. I'm not
You
gonna
got to think he went to the championship against the Mavericks, and then he went to the championship against Oklahoma City, and then he did 2 championships against San Antonio.
Bro, okay, hold on. Okay. Don't talk about, okay, you can talk about LeBron because I'm a big LeBron fan after him winning Cleveland.
Michael Jordan's better.
What, bro?
At what? At what? like as a
Basketball.
hooper, what can Jordan do better that LeBron can do?
Shoot the
Besides
ball.
Besides scoring.
It's not even scoring.
Win championships.
He went against a bunch of bums, bro. You gotta think about
He
the
played
athletic
bums
talent.
in the finals, bro. His first year,
Hey,
he played an
EJ, don't talk to me about bums, bro. He lost to the Mavericks.
Bro, the Mavericks had Dirk Nowitzki in his prime.
Swept Kobe.
The Mavericks were not.
They swept Kobe, bro. I like this Mavericks team. They beat the Thunder. They beat the Spurs. They beat all the teams in the West. They like, you can't just sit here and say that they're
You
bums.
lost to Dirk. You lost to the Mavericks.
Dirk is
You lost to the Mavericks. You lost to the Mavericks.
2-time defending champions. They swept us.
How many
Bro,
times
like
has LeBron
Larry
been to the
Bird.
finals? How many times has LeBron been to the finals?
Okay.
Seven?
Let's go through his finals. 07, by himself with a team full of bums, playing prime Tim, Tony, and Manu. You think LeBron won that finals by himself?
No, he
Well, no,
lost. So that's a L. It
Okay,
don't matter who you play or
only-
where you play. You got to be on your game. You got to try to win the game.
okay,
Bro, but you can't do it by yourself.
No.
You can't always do it by yourself. In a
Jordan
series,
went to
you can't do it by
6,
yourself.
and he won 6.
To be real, bro, LeBron had the most points, had the most assists,
Yeah.
and had the most steals.
How many
Only
three-peats
Tim
does LeBron
Duncan-
have?
only Tim Duncan had more rebounds than him. So to be real, LeBron should have been MVP because he was the best player, but had the worst team. Jordan, his first year in the finals, he played injured Lakers, no James Worthy, no Byron Scott. Kareem's retired. Magic got hurt. So he played an injured Lakers squad who've been to 9 finals in 11 seasons.
I don't see how Michael Jordan controls that. He
Hot
still
take
won
right
the
here.
chip.
How
He
can
still
Scottie
won the
Pippen
chip.
carried Dennis
how
Rodman
can-
and Scottie Pippen. Scottie Pippen specifically carried LeBron. Carried Michael Jordan. Carried him.
Yeah, he
Many
scored
a
all
time.
them points.
Carried him.
He scored all them
did
points.
The defense. He did all the defense. He did all the passing. I think he even beat him in points a few times.
Thank you. Because Magic scored a triple-double on Jordan game 1 and they lost. Then they put Scotty on Magic.
All right, so
So if Michael Jordan was guarding your 10-time
Magic Johnson is cooking Michael Jordan.
He was
10 times out
cooking.
of 10.
he's cooking him. So the fact that it's crazy, bro. Okay, let's just go to LeBron's finals, bro. Okay, we'll give you guys Dirk shit, but the Miami. Okay,
let's just say you had D Wade, you had Chris Bosh. You didn't have Ray Allen yet, so you were kind of missing that spot-up shooter that you needed. You had Birdman.
Hey, Jordan had Dennis Rodman, Horace Grant, Scottie Pippen, Steve Kerr.
Don't say
Tony
Steve Kerr.
Kukoc.
No, don't say Steve Kerr.
Kerr was nice. What do you mean?
Steve Kerr was not cold in
Oh my
basketball,
God.
bro.
Kerr was a shooter.
Don't compare
Steve Kerr was so situational.
Okay, bro. Do not think
What?
about
So is
Wade.
Ray Allen.
Bro. Think about the 90s, bro. Dwayne Wade is cold because this era has skillful players. In that day, Steve Kerr was a viable asset to teams. Don't look at Steve Kerr as a basketball player and compare him to D Wade. Look at him in the 90s. In that day, Steve Kerr was valuable. So don't compare D Wade to Steve Kerr because D Wade's very more skillful because his age has skillful players. You can't
Which goes
compare.
back to my original.
Jordan's better,
Go
bro.
back, go back to time. Go back to the 90s, bro. Don't be trying to say Steve Kerr and D Wade, bro. No, D Wade is nice because this era has very skillful players. Look at Kevin Durant, a 7-foot sniper.
If
Jordan
Kevin
never-
Durant played when
Kevin
Michael Jordan was playing, bro, they would have won every year. Kevin Durant is the most unstoppable force that's ever touched a ball in the world's history.
How many three-peats does Kevin Durant have?
Bro, he didn't play against Michael
How
Jordan.
many
He would
three-peats
not
does
have-
Kevin Durant have?
Thank you.
How many three-peats does he have? It doesn't matter.
He's got none.
Hey,
How many three-peats Jordan have?
He has three-peats not against Kevin Durant.
He has 2 three-peats.
Against a
Tell-
bunch of scrubs.
Tell me from Portland that was good. Now we will talk about. Tell me from Portland because they had Clyde the Glide and who else? Against Michael Jordan, Scottie Pippen, and Horace Grant.
They almost fought us to
A
the
big
Pacers, too.
three. That was
Don't
a
forget
big
about the
three, too.
Pacers.
That was a big 3 too. So like,
LeBron's had a big three on every team he's been on.
so
He
was
doesn't have a
Jordan.
big three in LA.
So was Jordan. So
You're
was Jordan.
smoking dick.
Who's his big three in LA?
You're joking, EJ.
Who is it?
Big three in LA.
I know you fucking
Who's the
lying to
third?
me right now, bro. Who did they just
Who's
pick
the
up,
third?
EJ? Who did they just pick up, EJ? Come on, be
Andre
smart
Giant.
about this.
Marcus Aldridge is not a big
Oh,
three.
bro.
What are you
Don't
talking
compare Drummond to Dennis Rodman or Horace Grant. Horace
I'm
Grant.
talking about when they won the chip. Where was their big three? Because he won a chip without a big three last year.
Rondo is not a part of that big
Ron?
three.
Rondo wasn't even part of the Celtics' big three.
Ooh.
He wasn't. I love Rondo. I got Rondo jerseys. He wasn't a part of the big three in
It
Boston.
was Ray, Paul Pierce, and KG. So to be real, the Celtics started the big three. And
Yeah.
LeBron had to basically create a big three to stop them. Because it was
That's exactly
him.
what happened.
Oh my! And people say LeBron created big threes.
No, it was the Celtics.
It was the Celtics. It was Boston. Because wasn't Boston like the worst in the East? And then the next 07, y'all were like no playoffs, and the next year y'all won a chip.
All I know is when I started watching basketball, I was 8 years old, and they won a chip, and I was like, "That's my team," and I've been riding with the Celtics ever since.
Wow, that's
So
crazy.
I don't know what happened before that. All I know is that it's the city of champions.
Bro, hold on, time out. To be real, bro, if Jerry West had a squad back in your day, y'all wouldn't have all these chips. Let's just put that out there right there. Bill Russell had the best squad every year, and that's why he has 11 chips. Let's be honest, and you guys are not the team of the modern era, too. It's the depth of the Los Angeles Lakers, for sure. And we are tied with y'all with 17. That's why I called you when we won, because we have 17, and now finna get 18, because y'all are not that good this year. I'm sorry, Boston's kind of done. Tatum is not playing well. I mean, no, Tatum's playing all right. It's just y'all, Brad. I don't think it's probably Brad Stevens, bro. I think Brad Stevens needs to leave. He's done coaching.
Honestly, you know what's really nice? That's like low key is Zach LaVine. Zach LaVine is cold.
Yeah, he is cold.
If Zach LaVine went to the Lakers, I would say that that's a big three.
Ja Morant's about to get some dubs.
AD, and LeBron.
John Morant for sure. Zion about to be the next thing. No, I think
Zion, nah.
I think Zion or Luka. Luka has a chance to be the best player in the league.
Luka's already on his way.
That's cap. Bro, I don't believe any of the Luka hype. I don't like it, bro. When I watch him play, I watch someone that can be stopped.
Boy, Spencer, get him, bro.
Are you high, EJ? Hold on, we'll just bring up these stats too. I got the stats right here. I don't even have to look at them. No.
Because what does he do in the playoffs? He gets stopped in the playoffs. He does the same few moves.
Bro,
not as versatile as other players.
Oh, if Kristaps Porzingis did not get hurt against the Clippers and Mavericks, the Mavericks would have been up 3-1 on them, bro. Let's just be facts. Luka carried the team.
All right, EJ, you want me to hit you with some facts, bro?
Bro, I don't care about the stats though.
You want me to hit you with some facts though?
Playing on the court, he's readable.
Yeah, this is. You want to hear him playing on the court?
Yeah.
The man averages 28 points a game, EJ. The man averages 8 rebounds a game and 8 assists a game. He's shooting for 48% from the field and shooting 37% for three-pointers.
And last year, if you look at the playoffs, he wasn't shooting threes. He was going to the basket and dropping 35. Look at he shot 0 for 10 in that buzzer beater against the Clippers, and he made just one. He shot 0 for 0 for
Bradley Beal gets more buckets than him.
Of course, that's Bradley Beal. He's
Bradley Beal's an animal.
Gets more buckets than him. Dame Lillard gets more buckets than him.
But does he get more
buckets
assists?
than them.
He gets steals. He gets blocks. Does Dame get more rebounds?
James Harden gets more assists. Russell Westbrook gets more assists. Trae Young gets more assists. Then 3 points. He's not even in top 5 for 3 points. Defensive leaders, he's not.
Bradley Beal ain't up there in 3 points.
Not top 5. Steals is not top 5.
He's got Bradley Beal beating rebounds and assists.
But I'm talking about stat leaders. He doesn't lead any stats. He's 5th in points and he's 4th in assists. That's his only top stats.
Okay, well look, it's only his 3rd year, right?
It's just him.
Look, James Harden and KD, they're about to be out in the next 3 to 5 years. You know that, right? They're 32. They're 32 years old.
They gonna three-peat it.
They're both injured.
Unless KD and James have the same treatment as LeBron, because LeBron, honestly, that's just God given for him to be this good at this age. Because people could put millions into their bodies, and that's just LeBron. He can do that. But they're gonna be like low key fading around 34, 35. Maybe not Kevin Durant because he can shoot, but James Harden, his style of play, dribbling so much, he's gonna be 35, 36. He can't do that no more, bro. So you gotta think, all these guys who are under LeBron, just think. That's why LeBron's going because everybody beat look look at KD, bro. LeBron wins. What does he do? What does he do? LeBron wins again. He joins the super. He creates a whole super team. Like teams have been built to beat LeBron. Like I've never seen a league. So they're like, I'm gonna beat that man because that man is so good that you have to basically join a squad that came back from 3-1 on you just to compete because there are plenty of times where KD has been to the conference finals and lost.
But guess what? Luka's not that guy. Luka's not that guy. He's not that. People are gonna be creating super teams to beat Luka.
Spencer, you don't know, bro. You don't know.
Bro, Luka's not LeBron. He's nowhere close. He'll never be a LeBron. Honestly, I would be surprised if he ever wins a chip. It's like Joel Embiid. Unless he goes to the Sixers. If he went to the Sixers, they could win a chip.
Luka's
Wow.
Bro, Luka is not a LeBron caliber player.
Oh my
Who's
God, he's still talking about it.
Jamal Murray.
Stop.
Jamal Murray. Stop. LaMelo Ball. You got dudes like
Bro, LeBron is gonna be his own player when he retires. Like nobody else will be LeBron James. LeBron is like in a whole nother stratosphere when it comes to him as a player.
But he's the best player in the league for the last decade. You're talking about Luka being that next guy, the next best player for the next
LeBron
decade.
about to go in like 3-4 years, bro. He's not
okay, so it's 2026, right? 2026, Luka is in the league. LeBron's gone, AD's gone, Harden's gone, Curry's gone. But now we got 4 more years worth of young bulls in the league too. Luka's now what, like 25, 26? He's getting up there too. He's not winning a chip in those years unless he goes to a different team.
You said 25 to 26 is when he's up. He's just getting started, bro. He's just getting started. Like
he's just getting started.
He's 26, bro. Like Luka came in the league at 18, right? He was 18, 19. And you know what's crazy? Like men, we don't hit our prime like physically until we're like 30. But LeBron won his first chips at 29, 30. His whole prime run was from like 28 to 30, 34.
And so, don't forget, he came in the league when he was 18, out of high school.
Exactly.
So did Luka, and Luka's not doing what LeBron does.
You're capping,
bro. Luka is there's not even a debate there. Luka
How many years has Luka been in the league?
3.
What, 3?
How many third-year players do you know that are averaging 28 points, 8 rebounds, and 8 assists a game? You let me know who came out of his draft class and is putting up the same exact numbers as him.
Think about these stats. The thing about LeBron is that people always, they always talk bad about, he lost 6 times in the finals and whatnot, but he was 22 in his first finals. The 22-year-olds right now is De'Aaron Fox, no playoffs. Lonzo Ball, no playoffs. Like, LeBron literally carried a team of bums.
Zion's dropping 26.5 a game.
But is he going like all these guys?
Booker's dropping 26 a game. Donovan Mitchell's 25 a game.
These all don't sound higher than 28 for Luka.
Thank you.
Because he's on a scrubby
You're giving me lower number, EJs. You're proving my point. I'm almost thank you, EJ.
Exactly.
Thank you for proving my point. Nobody's putting up numbers like Luka out of his draft class.
Luka, so you got Luka over Devin Booker.
Yeah, any day of the week.
You're crazy. Luka Devin Booker dropped 70 points.
When what season? How long ago was that, EJ?
70.
So long ago, I don't even remember it because he doesn't have a fucking chip.
You gotta wait till the playoffs because Devin Booker's finally on a great team. He's finally gonna make the playoffs for the first time, even though he's been getting snubbed from like the All-Stars. So let's see what he does in playoffs. Luka proved that by himself he was carrying the Dallas Mavericks and he was giving the Clippers work.
Devin Booker's got Chris Paul.
Carried him to an exit in the playoffs.
Okay, look. The Dallas Mavericks were up about 14 in the third quarter, and Chris Paul gets ejected, and they lose that game.
Why did he get ejected?
He over some bullshit text.
So he committed technical fouls?
Nah.
That's not nonsense.
Oh my God, Spencer, tell him what the Dallas Mavericks were doing to the Clippers in the playoffs, bro.
What are they gonna do this year, though? What are they gonna do this year? What's your prediction for the Mavericks this year?
What's their seed? Like 6, right?
They're seeded 7th, I think.
If they play the Clippers, it'll be tough. They may actually win. If they have the same mentality and the same squad, they actually might win. They actually might win, bro, because they almost beat them last year. The Clippers are a joke, bro. Like they are, bro. Oh my
But
God.
right now they will be playing Phoenix, and Devin Booker and them boys are gonna cook them.
But it would definitely go 7 games, 6, 7 games.
Chris Paul is hungry, bro. Chris Paul has been working with the young guys. Like I said, like you gotta know your role. That's what I'm saying about Paul George. You gotta know your role and start to go with the younger teams, because if you're not getting picked up to the Lakers, you might as well go to like Phoenix and teach them, because it's like Chris Paul is nice. He's an Olympian, but he has no chips. And he was not going to get chips. So he's like, I'm going to go with the young guys, teach them, and elevate their game. And that's why they're number 2 seed.
He's not getting a ring, though. He's not getting a ring, bro.
Phoenix could low-key, there could be a problem.
They're not going to, bro. Phoenix or LeBron and AD. Who you going to pick?
But
Phoenix is not winning, EJ. They're not winning.
And at 100%.
You said what?
They're not winning.
Who?
Phoenix.
Oh yeah, no.
They're not doing shit, EJ.
So you got Utah, Memphis right now, right? Utah versus Memphis.
Utah's gonna beat Memphis, sadly. I hate to be that guy because I'm a huge Ja Morant fan. I love Ja Morant. The way he plays, just the best. But like,
then you got Dallas versus Phoenix. I got Phoenix.
I got Dallas, bro.
I got Dallas because Luka proved last year that in clutch times he shows up.
And you let Kristaps be healthy and see how many more assists Luka gets.
Dallas versus Utah. Now who's winning?
Dallas versus Utah? Oh, Utah probably win.
Yeah, they'll probably win, but it'll be for sure a 6-7 game series.
So Dallas is out second round again. This is your best player in the league. Why?
Okay, well, Utah is probably gonna out Lakers this year. I hate to be that guy, but that's my bold prediction that I'm gonna come in with. If they don't get if the Lakers don't get their injuries corrected, then something's gonna happen. It's gonna be bad.
Fine.
It's gonna be bad for them, man.
LeBron was supposed to be out for.
It's gonna be bad.
Now they added an extra 2 months, bro. Look at KD, Kyrie, and James Harden. They're all resting, bro, because it matters in the playoffs. Like LeBron and AD were literally talking and walking like they were completely fine, bro. LeBron is fine. LeBron has spent $2 million on his body a year. He probably knows shit in 2029, 2030 that he probably has access to. LeBron might be here till about 44. Like LeBron may not be as LeBron might play till he's damn near 50, bro. Like that's how because he wants to play with his son. So his son will be when he turns 40, his son will be eligible for the draft. And they might bring his son up for like a 10-day contract. They play one game together. LeBron might go to some bullshit team and they bring him up from the G League, and
that nigga's not going to the G League, bro.
Bro, Bronny honestly might go G League because a lot of players now, if you think about college players, they like this year we had a whole bunch of Pac-12 schools in there. That hasn't happened in a long time, bro. Pac-12 has been good, but it's really been Duke, North Carolina,
Whoa. Oregon's always been a Final Four contestant.
Gonzaga.
Well, Gonzaga's now new, but Oregon, they didn't make it this year, right? Oregon State Oregon State was the laughing stock of the Pac-12. Like nobody cares about Oregon State, and they made it to the Elite Eight. So,
all I'm saying, Oregon's been there in the conversations.
Yeah. Oregon.
Pac-12 has been there.
Oregon has the best uniforms in all of college sports for any sport.
Because Nike, he went there. The dude went there.
Plugging them up.
Remember when we had DeAnthony Thomas? We had DeAnthony Thomas, Marcus Mariota that year when the Oregon went to the championship, bro. Oregon was like speed, and then once they played the Ohio State, they got their ass whooped.
Bro, Ezekiel Elliott just ran all over them.
Yeah, bro.
Big Zeke.
Zeke was eating that night.
Like, Speed only do so much. Like, them
country
boys.
a fast team too.
Them country boys down south, man, all they know is football and eating. That's why the SEC wins, because they get those 300-pound linemen. They
SEC, SEC.
like, and it's sad because we always trying to, the Pac-12, like the Bama is winning every year because Nick Saban has that thing on lockdown. But they better start paying players because they're gonna come to the West Coast because a lot of West Coast schools pay their players in college to be here. Like USC was the first school to do that, so USC went to the Elite Eight too. Like
bro, every school pays their players, bro.
But it's like it's not it's illegal, bro. I'm talking about the legal ones, like people actually who get paid. There's actual they signed a contract. It's like why like the college basketball wasn't as fun because all the best players decided fuck the college. I'm gonna go to the NBA G League and get paid $500K.
Yeah.
So now the college they're basically
you get $500K in the G League.
Oh yeah.
Jalen, what's his name? The best guy, Jalen, he plays for G League. He got paid $500K.
But like that's not the league minimum.
No.
That's like the NBA league minimum.
The league minimum is like I think $800K, but minus taxes about $400, depending on your state. Like if I went to the Lakers, if I got paid $1 million, I have to pay my agent.
Let's talk about that taxes for a second. I seen this video and it broke down like how 85 cents out of every dollar ends up back in the government in like 30 days.
Yeah.
It's kind of crazy.
California's, bro, the more money you make, the more they tax you. It's crazy because like
California's fucking people.
And they tax about $125, $130.
Wait, what'd you say?
I got paid. It was like I work at a food restaurant, and I got paid like 800 something every 2 weeks. I was working a lot of hours, and they taxed me about 150 of that.
Jeez.
And like the more you make, the higher they tax you. But that's why, like you said earlier, Texas, Atlanta, they're moving out there.
Delaware.
Like James Harden, like I saw this breakdown. Delaware too. Like I saw this breakdown of Stephen Curry's contract and James Harden's contract. Stephen Curry's contract, it looks more because it's more expensive. I mean, it's a higher contract, but James is making just as much as him because the state tax and Houston's are lower, and Curry's making like LeBron getting like $34 million a year. LeBron probably see about 17 mil of that. Half of that's going off of just agent and taxes, property tax, state.
Rich Paul, Rich Paul's taxing nowadays.
Oh yeah, for
Rich
sure.
Rich Paul is crazy.
But
that's a guy. Like people need to give him more credit. Rich Paul, like I think it was only his players that were getting paid while the NBA wasn't even still going on. Because like the way he did his contracts with his players, like all the top guys are signed to Rich Paul, and he really knows his stuff. And it's kind of crazy because like he didn't go to school for it or anything. No, he was just LeBron's friend, and they just learned it. And
no. He went to school, bro. He went to school, bro. Yeah, bro. He went to school. LeBron, I saw on YouTube the video of how he met LeBron, and he was selling jerseys at the airport. And back in like 2003, those old jerseys were going crazy. And he saw a jersey that Rich Paul had, and he got in contact with him, and then he became one of his close friends. And then LeBron sent him to school, and then he learned the contracts and everything like that. And then he learned how to be a sports agent. And look at him now, off of selling T-shirts. Now, he was selling football jerseys at an airport and having to run into LeBron James. And people, like we said, when it took me to get back, when that man was grinding, like, bro, he was at an airport selling jerseys. And look at him.
Yeah.
He doesn't owe nobody shit, in my eyes.
Same thing like Mav Carter. Mav Carter's legit, too. I fuck with Mav.
I saw him in Vegas gambling. I saw him with his little. I was like, is that Mav? Because he had the more than an athlete. He was doing poker, and it was just him. And he was probably betting like maybe like 50 grand, 100,000. Who knows? He was big. Like I called him. I said, Mav. He was so focused on the game, bro. Didn't even hear me. But bro's like really tall. He's like 6'4".
Yeah, Mav is legit, bro.
Yeah.
I'm gonna find his net worth. He gotta be at least tens of millions.
Yeah.
It says 18 million. That's pretty solid. Nigga don't even touch a ball. He don't even hoop. What Drake say? Got a sneaker deal. I ain't break a sweat.
Exactly. Exactly. Exactly, man. Exactly. Yeah, man. Life is interesting. How you can make money. Everything. Well, yeah, we're gonna see this year about the playoffs. Who's gonna win? I think it's gonna be Brooklyn and the Lakers, or Brooklyn and the Clippers for sure.
Not the Clippers.
They got a shot, bro. I think they have a good chance. I want to see them now because everybody talking shit. Oh, because y'all didn't play the Clippers, y'all got that ring. Well, okay, well let's see this year. Y'all added Rondo to the piece. Let's just see what we can do. And LeBron, we're gonna come back fine, healthy. AD gonna come back, hopefully 80% healthy, because he is injury prone. He's injury prone
Yeah.
all the time, and that just bugs me.
You what was that one thing? I was just reading this. It's pretty crazy. Oh, it was talking about how like the I think it's called the firmament. Have you heard of this?
Nah, what is it?
It's like apparently, right, like stars are just like water molecules or like really large water molecules. And like there's this thing called like the filament or the firmament, and it's basically like a dome that's above the earth. And apparently like the Bible talks about this, and like every civilization has like their globes with like this dome structure upon it. And like someone showed like a Bible script where I was talking about basically like there's the oceans that are under the firmament, like our oceans, and then there's the firmament, and then there's oceans above that. So it's like stars, and then there's oceans above that, which is kind of weird. But I've just been seeing it a lot lately. I thought it was interesting.
Oceans in space.
Yeah.
What the fuck are you
Yeah,
talking about?
yeah. I don't. Yeah, you kind of lost me, bro. I'm not gonna lie.
I didn't make it up. I'm just saying.
You said ocean
Explain it again.
because the ocean has no gravity. So how can the ocean be in space, bro?
Well, they're saying like there's like a layer, right? So it's like imagine the Earth, right, not being a globe,
Okay. What am I
right?
imagining the Earth looking like?
You're imagining the Earth being a flat Earth.
So this only works with the flatter theory.
Well, is it a theory? Is the round Earth a theory? Who knows?
EJ,
Who
we've
really?
proven many times that the world is round. I'm
You
tired
know,
of your
you can
flat
say
Earth
that.
antics.
Let's think about it like this though. Play devil's advocate. If there was undeniable proof that the Earth was flat,
Then the
do
Earth
you
is
know how much
flat.
that would cause chaos around the entire globe? That would mean that every government has
You
lied
just
to
said
every
globe.
citizen for hundreds of years.
Bro, it's
That would
round,
cause civil
EJ.
unrest. They can't
It's
even
fucking
let the
round.
information come out nowadays. Why do you think they blew up the guy that wanted to build his own rocket?
We make enough money. Look at what Elon's doing, bro. You think he's gonna keep his mouth shut? He's gonna tweet about it, his little Twitter
No, he's
fingers.
not. Bro, Elon is one of the elites. What are you talking about? It's like what? I think he's the richest person in the world now, isn't he?
No, it's Jeff still. Jeff
I
still.
thought Elon beat Jeff.
No,
No, Jeff came back and they're like fighting back and forth. It's just depending on how the stock market goes.
exactly. I was about to say that.
Mm,
Stock market. I mean, Elon is in LA, bro. He's literally. I see Tesla, SpaceX in Cali. Like I see it driving by every day. He literally is in Inglewood, California, launching rockets. I see the whole shit driving. It's crazy.
and the boring company with the tunnels too, the Hyperloop.
Hmm.
That's really interesting. You ever seen that? Yeah, it's called the firmament. So in biblical cosmology, the firmament is the vast solid dome created by God on the second day to divide the primal sea up into upper and lower portions so that the dry land could appear.
Hey, bro, this might be a little off topic, but it low key is on topic. You know how we just know that dinosaurs were here and a whole bunch of like
things happen. Like
I don't believe in dinosaurs personally.
You're on
I
crack.
I think that I think it's God, but people say that there's a whole. I feel like they're saying that there's other people out there with like aliens, and we're just behind. We're like so far behind. I feel like they're low key waiting for us to catch up. Cause I think there's other living human beings out there in the world on different planets. I think they're out there somewhere.
Easily.
Yeah.
And I'm like, and we're considered like we have all the technology. They're on a whole different. They're doing this. They're literally. It's like they're everything. I feel like we're just very slow, and Earth is like they're waiting for us to catch up, and then they'll come. But I don't think we'll ever catch up to them. They're on a whole different level. But
I think that. Do you think that it's inevitable for civilization to turn into like essentially AI? Because like at some point, like we're even headed that direction where everything like what's his name? The guy that has remember we were just talking about the SoftBank fund? His whole like mentality is to build things that push towards a singularity, which is essentially like the ultra powerful AI that he predicts will like rule the world. So it's like thinking about other civilizations and like what they're doing, like it kind of feels like it's inevitable. Like that's just like the evolution of technology.
Yeah, in a way.
Yeah. Do you think that like because God is everything to me. God is love. He is a huge what's that word? What's that word? Fuck, I'm trying to think. He's like one big because we have spirits, right? So
Yeah.
once we leave, our spirit leave our body, it's like we're like one big like energy. Excuse me, sorry, but I'm just thinking like we're like our soul is like when we leave our body, we rise up and we go to the different world, you know. And I think it's crazy because there's so many people on this. I think that like we Loki come back. I feel like we have this like now, but like our soul may come back in like 300 years and live in like a different body, like reincarnation. Like I think we're just our ancestors before us, and we're like reliving in just a different time, and like we're basically here in our body, but it's their soul. You feel me? And then once we die, we go back to the source, and then he will push us back into a different life. Like we could have been girls like 20 years ago. Like our souls could have been, and who knows? Like we could have been anything. I could have been white. I could have been Asian. like we don't know. Like we don't know until we die, and then we'll see what happens. Like that's it.
Just
Like
made
we
me think
basically
about something.
like we gotta live here now and just do right by God and believe and just be a good person.
You
You
just made
know?
me think of like a strange question. Like
Yeah.
I've never heard anybody like talk about this, but
Yeah.
like say there's aliens, right? And then there's us. We're all like say there's aliens in this galaxy in the Milky Way,
Yeah.
right? And everything was created by God, which means that the aliens will be created by God too.
Mm.
So if everybody dies and they were to go to heaven, is there aliens in heaven?
What? What? What?
Think about it. Where
Yeah,
would the alien bodies go?
you got a point there because God knows what we're gonna do on this earth. No matter what happens, God knows our whole life.
But if there's things other than the earth, then those people have to go. They have a different heaven. I'm sure they have a different religion, or they might not even have religion at all. I always heard like a heavy religious focus is really like one of the signs of like a lower evolutionary, um, like species.
Mm.
I guess it kind of depends on how you measure a species kind of worthiness. Like some people take the technologically or the technology what do they call it technology, or some people measure like the amount of energy that they can harness with like that's like the different stages of
Mm-hmm.
like what do they call it of like humanities and different beings, and it's like we wouldn't even be like a stage one because it's like we don't even capture most of our Earth's energy, and then there's the whole sun, then there's the whole solar system, the whole galaxy, and then you're talking about intergalactic travel, like in Rick and Morty. You know what I mean? Like that level of energy is like that's like deep, deep levels where you're just capturing entire galaxies worth of energy. You can basically do anything at that point.
Yeah, bro. Honestly, yeah, that's a
Dark
great point.
matter energy.
Spencer, you know the vibes.
Dark
Negative
matter
mass.
energy. Negative
Bro,
mass.
we theorized negative mass before we even knew what it was. Like, that's like a physicist theory that took hundreds of years to develop, and we just thought about it in a dorm room.
What happened? You said what? You guys thought about a? You said
It's
what?
called negative mass. Like, we were trying to think of essentially a way to power flying cars.
Mm-hmm.
And then basically after like a lot of rambling, we came up with like a negative mass like propulsion engine is what you would need.
Mm.
And then at that point, like, because what was it about negative mass that made it like the perfect thing? We were like, it's like mass, but it's negative. Oh yeah,
Because it could
that's
repel and power itself, and it would be an everlasting pretty much power source, and it wouldn't pollute the air. It'd be completely eco-friendly. You wouldn't have to use any batteries, so you wouldn't have to worry about the after burn of batteries and all the corrosion and stuff that goes on with that. You would just have infinite energy.
yeah.
And the government will for sure kill you. Like it will for sure take you out somewhere.
Well, you know what they
Because
say.
I'll say everything. So if y'all want your names quiet, I want a smooth $1 trillion that you can just slide my way, and I'll shut my mouth.
For real.
Well, they
Honestly.
say like element
Cause then,
115 is negative mass.
bro, cause with my $1 trillion, I'm giving probably like 10 billion to probably 10 people I know, and then I've still have $900 billion, and I can just write that shit off in taxes. So honestly, anything that I make from a business, there I've just made my money back. I don't even have to pay taxes anymore for
If
the
you have
rest of my
900
life.
billion.
Like what if like you just create, like you said, that negative mass, and they just like, oh, okay, we'll pay you $1 trillion to be
Boom.
cool.
Give me my $1
Bro, they
trillion.
already have it, bro. I'm 100% sure they already have it.
Yeah,
DJ.
it's like they have literally. It's like there's been people. Oh, go EJ. Wanna go, bro?
Oh, I was just saying, like, if you look at like Bob Lazar, who like says he worked, he was like an MIT kid that says he worked at like, I think he called it like Area like 47 or something, but it's basically like what people think is Area 51, and he describes this element. I think it's element 115, and
Mm-hmm.
essentially it does exactly what negative mass does, and it allows a spacecraft to travel basically faster than the speed of light because it creates its own gravitational pulse around it, its own gradual gravitational force, and it's like a heart shape that it projects around the spacecraft. He was explaining, and he was saying that like he actually worked on like those ships when he was working at that base. And it's kind of weird because if that's the truth, then that kind of changes the whole game. You know what I mean? Because at that point, it's like now they're trying to reverse engineer it to see like how it works, but it's really just a natural element that's just not found here.
Yeah, like what you just said. Imagine if we had some faster speed of light, bro. You can go from here to here like this. Like,
Yeah,
Faster than that.
like,
you
like,
can
like,
change
like,
directions instantly.
like, literally, like that cuts out airplanes. That cuts out everything. Like everybody's all these rich guys are going broke. They're basically going like basically have there's no point. They put all this money in, or maybe they can put this in. That maybe they can create like they they can just put their money into that instead of what they had before. But like they have it. There have been plenty of times where people have found cures and they just disappear. Some guy created a car driven on by water, like
Yeah,
water, and he disappeared. People like Dr. Sebi cured AIDS, HIV, herpes, Luke, everything, bro, from the earth.
disappeared, gone.
And you know what's crazy? He beat the Supreme Court case, and then 2 months later, he's dead. 2 months later, he's dead.
Jeffrey Epstein.
Epstein knew way too much, bro.
Yeah. He did.
He knew absolutely too much. That's like where you got to be careful, right?
He had
like,
dirt on everyone.
Everybody. But if you think about it, like that's how a lot of, at least from like a lot of my knowledge about like secret societies comes from like maybe like not the most reliable sources, like maybe like Alex Jones kind of people. It's like crap, right? And like if you look at like what Alex Jones describes as like the elites kind of hangout spots, like Bohemia Grove out in Cali, like everybody there is doing things to basically get dirt on each other to build allegiance to each other. You know what I mean? Like if all three of us knew each other's darkest secrets, then we would have some sort of allegiance because if us three are fighting, right? I'm not something like Gavin, so I'm going to talk about Gavin. Spencer here's like, well, I know this about you. So now no one's going to say anything and you're all going to just get back together. You know what I mean? They kind of build their allegiance based on blackmail. But Jeffrey Epstein had the most blackmail.
Yeah.
Because he had the crib. Everybody was at his crib.
Yeah, that whole elite group is.
That's facts. Everybody was at his crib.
Yeah.
It's like everybody else was just going to the party that he was throwing.
No kizzy.
Dang.
Crazy. Like human trafficking is really crazy. Like crazy.
They didn't like Crab involved with that shit.
I don't know. He looked pretty chill when I saw him.
Oh, lawsuit that he put some money into that, bro. Like that, we have all these bad things in the world and nobody's fixing it.
Who's gonna fix it?
It's corrupt, but it makes money. They're not gonna fix it.
Who can really stop it? You'll have to be someone from the inside that got tired of it and did it themselves. But even then, you're probably outnumbered still.
Yeah.
It'd have to be a whole change of heart from the world's most powerful people.
People always be like, I want to be a billionaire. Billionaires have to make some cutthroat decisions. Like people just think these guys are like, oh no, these guys are very ruthless, and they have to make those decisions to get to that level.
Yeah.
Maybe if there's some kids starving in Peru, or maybe it just, I don't know. Maybe it's
sweatshops,
labor, and it looks like people they're cutthroat, and only a few can be that. Like,
yeah.
And I was, oh my god,
like being Thanos.
Yeah, you gotta be cutthroat. You can't be on that bullshit. You gotta really be about that. Like, all right,
you gotta be able to snap your finger.
Literally.
Wipe out half of all life.
You know what's crazy? How just going back, we talked earlier about women and how they want to be empowered and shit, but more men are in jail and prison. There's less men on this planet.
Mm-hmm.
It's like 15 to 1. And
men kill themselves at a higher rate.
It's like we kill ourselves. We're in prison. We're doing
suffer from divorce at a higher rate.
And we're still running shit.
Men have it. You watch Kevin Samuels?
Yes.
He broke it down one day. Like he basically laid out like 12 different ways how men are at like a complete disadvantage to like a feminist girl on her podcast. And she was just like, so you're trying to discredit everything? Like he has something like he really says this really well. I think it's called like SIGN. It's an acronym. It's like something. I forget, but it's like shame something, guilt something, and it's like an acronym. It's like, I guess over his 50-something years, he's seen like a pattern of like when women feel a certain way, like they go for like those 4 main things to kind of redirect the situation onto you, like instead of, because it's like just psychologically they're not very like logical beings. They're more emotional, like in their decision making and thought processes.
Of course.
So it's like, you know what I mean?
It's like us guys, how we think. If this goes back to another thing, I was talking about to a girl that if women came at men more, it'll be so much easier. It'll be an easier love. It'll be an easier love. Like if women decided to not play games and have the guy do all the work, if women just be like, I like you, 9 times out of 10, if a guy is talking to 10 girls that night, and those 9 girls he's spitting game at, if that one girl comes up to him, he's gonna think about that girl because he knows she likes me.
Yeah.
If girls,
100%.
and like girls be trying to like play games and see if they trying to play mind game with you and just not text you or whatever they do, like just girl shit. And it's like then the girl who comes up to us, we're like, oh yeah, all right, bet we already know. Okay, she likes me.
The
I don't have to.
ones that are straightforward and direct are definitely the ones that guys go for more.
Thank you. You said it best, Spencer. You said it best. Like they're really the girls who want to play games and like that's why guys talk. That's why guys talk to so many girls because we don't know which girl's serious.
You never know.
In a
Yeah,
way,
like,
yeah. Because I like to think I keep mine down pretty low. Because a lot of girls are like, oh, you got hoes, this, and that. I'm really only
Spencer got
talking to
hoes,
like
man.
fucking 3 of y'all, to be honest.
Spencer got hoes. I don't
Shut up,
care.
DJ. I don't have hoes. I don't need this out on social media, bro. You need to keep your fucking mouth shut. I don't have hoes. You got hoes. And you got a
and it's like,
girl.
it's like it's crazy, bro. That he said that. It's like girls have more options than guys, no matter what. Off rip, and girls like. I remember this a guy said girls like texting more because girls can text 10 different dudes compared to calling. Girls rather text than phone call because they can text multiple dudes at one time.
Yeah.
They always do that, and it's like these girls be thinking that we have, like honestly, for a man to be called a hoe, a guy said it's honestly a compliment because men do all the work. So if a guy can sleep with multiple females, it's like okay, like you're like have game. But if a girl does it, because girls don't have to work.
You know, he said the perfect analogy. A lock that can be opened by many keys.
Oh
Yes,
my
yes,
god.
Lock.
Oh my god. Here we go again.
It's so true, bro.
A key that can open any lock. That's a master key.
Yeah,
That's a master key.
yeah.
But if many
Don't
keys
give
can
credit to
open
the
one lock, it's a shitty lock.
It's the real log. It's a real shitty ass log, man. Like,
Are we all just walking around looking for our lock? Is that what's going on?
yeah.
Pretty much, yeah.
Okay, because girls can't be doing that shit because girls get shamed for that, and it's sad, but that's just how society is. I guess I can't. I try to support them and be like, oh yeah, like if a girl wants to fuck 100 dudes, she can, but then it's like, damn, that's 100 dicks in her mouth. Like that's what I'm thinking. That's what I'm thinking. Like fuck, do I like do I want to kiss that? Like.
I mean, body count doesn't matter to an extent though. Like there's a point in the body count where it's almost like, okay, you're experienced. Like you know what you're doing. Like I don't have to try to like.
What's that point?
What do you mean? What's that point? Like you're looking
Like,
for
what's
a
the
number? You don't really. It depends. I feel like on the person. Like I feel
Does
like
it?
my number would be
What?
different from your
Well,
number.
So what's your number?
Yeah, exactly.
For too high?
Yeah, what's too high?
What's 12 for you?
Too high would probably be around like. At our age, and depending
Yeah.
on when you started having sex, I think
Yeah.
is also a factor. So probably like around 40.
40? So
Yeah.
anything under 40 is chilling.
Huh?
No, I'm just asking. Like anything under 40 would be chilling.
Yeah.
Sheesh.
I wouldn't judge at all. Like literally would just almost look the other way.
Wow.
I'd almost look at that as like, oh shit, your experience, like we about to have fun.
I don't know. 40? That's a little high for me.
Wow.
I ain't gonna
Wow,
lie,
okay, so I guess I'm just out here fucking
19, bro.
sluts
I'm
then.
19 and I turned
40?
Well, depending
I'm
on
not
when
gonna
you
judge.
start,
If it's under 40, I'm not gonna judge.
So when did she start though? Did she start at 14 or 17?
I'd say you're starting around like 16 if you're at 40 by now.
Oh, that's a lot, dude. I'm sorry. Like,
16, 40 in what? In 5 years? That's almost 10 a year. That's almost every month.
EJ, I knew who you were up in Newberry, bro. Don't even right now, bro. Don't even. I know how many
I thought you
girls you were
had
getting with,
40.
bro.
Not 40. I'll say like 20. I'll say
20 is like I would kind of
Yeah,
but,
you
like, it's
You're
like,
picky, EJ. EJ, you
like,
sound like you got a
have
low
pretty good
one.
bodies, bro. Bro, we're
It's like-
21, bro. Like,
EJ, what's your
nothing
body
like a
count?
body for every year of your life, bro. Like, I don't know. Like, I think it's just different. Like,
If
to
you
me,
could
like,
guesstimate your body
if
count,
someone
what
said
is it?
like, if someone said like I have like 15, I'll be like, oh, damn.
Wow,
I
really?
feel like, damn. I feel like, okay,
Really?
15?
You
Yeah.
think
I ain't
15's
gonna
a
lie.
lot?
I ain't gonna
I
lie,
wouldn't
though,
like judge them, but I would definitely react like, damn.
So you're gonna react to me like that? That's what you're
Yeah.
saying?
To who?
oh my god.
I sit here and I tell you I got 23. What are you gonna say to me right now?
You? I'd be like, hey, good shit, bro.
You're so
Good shit. Good shit. Like,
I'm not gonna lie. Short moments uncensored. We're not gonna lie on here. I'm being honest.
damn. He said,
So you're
yeah.
telling me
Oh, man.
that I'm doing something wrong?
No.
Well,
I thought you were talking about girls.
yeah.
I'm putting myself in there now. I'm at 23. So am I a hoe?
No, you're a master of keys. You're not in the conversation. You're a
You're
master
so
key.
out of here. You're out of pocket right now, bro.
Am I out of pocket? We literally just said this.
Let's see, but Spencer, like, when did you start? Were you young? Were you more like senior year?
Freshman year of college.
And you're at 23 in 3 years. Like, that's good shit.
That's good. That's actually good.
That's good.
That's good.
That means
That's
you
really
get
good.
hoes. You get girls. You're attractive. You are confident. You're intelligent. You're assertive. You have the ability
Look,
to
bro,
talk
my
to
head doesn't
women.
need to be any bigger.
Huh?
My head does not need to be any bigger.
No, but I'm being serious because that's what that means. If you can do that in 3 years of college, right?
Yeah, that's
that means
good.
that you have those abilities. You have those attributes that are attractive to women. You know how to talk to women. Women are comfortable around you, and you get the job done. That's
It's-
good.
It's not about getting the job done, though, EJ. That's what I'm trying to say. Is the body
Then why
count
aren't you a
doesn't
virgin?
matter.
Then why aren't you a virgin?
Huh?
Well, it does matter. You just said 40 is your number. So what if she has 44?
41.
You've been sleeping around a little too much. You need to slow
What do you
down.
just said it doesn't matter.
You need to slow down.
Don't matter, right?
So it matters for a specific number.
Yes.
For you.
Yes.
But that's your number is just different than my number. The theory around
I mean,
this.
every guy is different. Like, some guys will be like, man, 8 is a lot. You know what I mean? Like, some guys be on
8?
EJ,
like,
where are you finding these virgins?
I mean, you don't have to be a virgin to have less than 8 bodies, to be honest.
having 8 bodies?
They must have a nice vibrator.
Basically, like, you can basically fuck people. Like, a dude who had, like, for a girl, it's like she's not a hoe because she's probably had about 2-3 boyfriends.
Yeah.
I say 1 to 2 one-night stands, and like a couple of fuck buddies.
Yeah.
That's and I'm like, okay, that's not bad, but it's
Yeah.
like, but then it's like, you know, just as a guy, it's like, come on, like, a girl who has like, I'm trying to be good and like trying to generalize, you know, because it's hard to like, if a girl's like 20, 30 at like 19, 20, like, bro, like,
So your number is like 20.
I don't know about 20, bro. It might be a little lower than that, buddy.
Low key.
Low, like,
That's
bro,
so
in my mind, I'm like, out of all those 15, 20 dudes, I probably know somebody who knows nigga that fucked off rip, and that
let's pause for a
that's
second. Are we talking
that's
about, like,
no,
being
man.
okay with like cuffing these girls, or are we talking about just being
No,
okay with
no. I'm not cuffing a girl with like 20 bodies. Hell, but then
Are you
look, but
a girl with 30 bodies, Spencer?
hell,
Yeah.
yeah, what? Oh, stop. That's.
If I like them, yeah.
Why'd you say it like that?
If I like them, yeah.
Man, Spencer's a wild boy.
Like, if I'm looking at it,
easy.
bro, and I'm like, yo, I vibe with this girl. Like,
But see-
she makes me happy. I actually want to talk to her. She doesn't annoy me type shit. Like, we can just sit on FaceTime. Don't even have to talk. Just, like, enjoy each other's presence. Like, fuck yeah.
Well,
But that's
To
a
be
cool
honest,
girl.
You're
Cool girls
cuffed. I don't
are
care what your
cool.
body count is. You're cuffed.
to be
But
honest,
cool
we will
girls are
never
not
know. We will never know girls' true body count because girls lie about that day in and day out because they get judged for that. So
And I don't
a girl
care.
a girl can tell you 30, but it might be 60, Spencer.
If a girl tells you 30, you can guarantee is more.
Oh, facts.
If she is comfortable with saying 30, it's more. That's because that's the cap number. If she says
Yo.
15, I would say it's more like 24.
I know.
Hold
I
on, hold
know.
on. We got Maddie saying something in the chat.
I know
He
some girls
said,
that are like, oh, like they just say different numbers. Everybody.
Yeah.
That's all it is.
You gotta ask their friends. If you really want to know, go like play spin the bottle or something.
Maddie
And
said it's
truth
not
or
up.
dare.
And she said, nah, that's not how society is. It's up to the guys to stop that.
But do the guys want to stop that?
What?
I guess that depends. I
Do
guess the
they?
horniness.
But it's like,
Are men too horny?
do guys want a girl? I feel like everybody has sexual value to other people. And it's like you never just like walk down the street or like been in the store and be like, yeah, I hit, or like, yeah, one hit. You're like, no way. You know what I mean? Like everybody has like a sexual value to them. And it's like, I think there's a lot of factors that can bring that level down. Like being too old or like not attractive or like having like a bunch of kids.
Well,
Like,
well, I mean, Kevin Samuels said it like kind of when he broke it down. Like when men around 30 are the amount of money that we make, or we start priming. Like men are at our strongest. We're in our 30s when we get prime mode. For women, they go down.
yeah, exactly.
They want to get married. They want kids. They want stability.
Yeah.
Their bodies may not look the same from the 20s. They're having fun.
They won't. They probably won't.
They won't. And it's just like it's a whole flip of woman wants to have fun. Have fun.
That's why you gotta find a good one right now.
You gotta find one right now, but you can always find a younger one when you're older.
Nah, it's not the same.
Nah, she's there for the money, bro. That's about it. She's only there for the money.
Like EJ, if one of our business ideas just blew up and we became millionaires, you can't date no normal girl unless you were previously already talking to them, because they were obviously there before all the clout and the fame and the money was there. So like you can still talk to them, but like other girls like that are popping up in your DM, you have to ignore them.
Just imagine you flexing, bro. You get a Lambo, right? Or you get a brand new crib. DMs flooded, or girls will see your shit and they won't DM you, and then once you DM, they're gonna already know. Oh yeah, he's rich. He got money.
Yeah.
And use that to their advantage. They already know about you. DM them and whatnot. They fuck with you. They give you the pussy, and then if you don't get them pregnant, either they're gonna call rape and try to blackmail you, or who knows? Because this
poor Deshaun Watson.
Girls honestly play the way how they think, and it's kind of from us though. I feel like we low key as men. If I had a daughter, I want a man that has money. I want for my daughter
you want a provider.
A provider, and it's like we sit here, oh, she only wants for the money. It's like we gotta low key stop that a little bit because we're basically telling our daughters to do what these girls are doing now.
Yeah.
So like, is it really considered gold digging? Because if I raise my daughter to date millionaires, that's all she's gonna know, right?
Yeah.
She's only gonna know date millionaires. Like so, and I was looking at how rich women don't tend to date broke men, right?
Why would they?
But then you have us guys. Some guys be like, well, how come that us guys we could build up a woman, but then they don't do the same for us? Like 21 Savage said that, and my thing is, men in the society are supposed to be providers. We're supposed to take care, and so if a woman makes more than you, but honestly, a lot of women, especially in the black community, like a lot of black men aren't as successful, and a lot of black women are more successful than black men. So black women tend to date lower when it comes to salary wise, because black women tend to make more money. Like I'm not talking about
or not date at all.
You said what?
Yeah, I said like the black women that are making like six figures, like
Yeah,
high six figures, they're
yeah,
not dating at all because they're
yeah,
like, oh, I don't want to date a man below me. You like Kevin Samuel show gives a real good insight into like how black
yeah,
women think like when they're older. It's really interesting.
yeah.
Like to what you were just saying. Last night I was watching his thing and he said exactly what you were saying, where it's like but the thing where right, so like he says, why is like sex so important to women in a relationship, right? And the consensus that I came up with, he came up with, was that it's only so important because women only value men by how much they can provide and how much they can please them in the bedroom. Like he was asking women, like, what do you value in a man? And at the end of the day, they couldn't come up with anything outside of those two things, like how much they can provide to me. Like it's basically just what can they give to me? What can they give? They're never looking at like how I can like build at him or he has like potential oh, he's like a leader, he's really intelligent. No one said anything. Men are not supposed to be the providers anymore. LOL. It's 2021. I mean, to be honest, that could be a thing. I'm not gonna be that kind of guy. Like, I wouldn't want my wife to work. I just feel like at the end of the day, no one wants to work. Like you can say like you love your job and all this, but like no one wants to work 40, 50 hours a week. That's not the ideal situation. Like if you had everybody works to what? To retire. So you work so you don't have to work. But now all of a sudden you want to work just because you want to prove that you can hold your own. Like it doesn't make any sense.
I
What did
just
Said,
Maddie
where are
say?
we getting our info?
Where are we getting our info for what? We haven't provided any stats. Did I say any statistics,
He
Spencer?
said, men are the ones who started the stigma, so ended LMAO, including how many people they sleep with.
End that stigma. To
oh,
end that stigma, there would have to be a mass consensus of all men everywhere that basically I don't no, I can't even no,
oh,
I can't
I
jack
don't
that.
know.
I
That's
can't jack
very.
that.
I don't know.
I can't jack that one. Not gonna lie. I don't see it happening.
Not happening. Not happening.
Cause it's like
That's so hard to do.
that's literally a male thing. It's like Kevin Samuel says, Kevin Samuels is a good guy like to listen to. People he gets a lot of hate. He literally said what item gains value with age and use.
What is it?
Do you know anything, Spencer?
Wait, what'd you
No, I
say?
don't know shit. I'm
What
dumb.
item that you can go buy gains value with age and use?
When the
Riley
value.
Reed's dildo.
Huh? What?
Riley Reed's dildo.
Riley Reed's dildo.
Gains
That's
value with more
strange.
use.
You know, boy, watching.
That's kind of strange.
You
But
watch. Watch Riley Reed. That boy watches Riley Reed on the hub.
He was literally talking about numbers though, LMAO. What numbers?
what
Remind
numbers did I
us.
talk about?
We forget. Remind us what numbers
Yeah.
that whatever EJ was saying. EJ, were you using numbers?
I don't. I feel like I wasn't. I don't think I
I remember
was.
using
I think I
numbers
was
for
saying
like
that.
number of
Oh,
bodies.
well, what
Oh, the
makes it
number of bodies.
like? What do we have to do to change? Like what could this is what Maddie said, right? Like what can like as guys, what can we do to I guess eliminate that stigma of a girl can sleep with as many guys as a guy can sleep with as many girls. Like what can like how do we have to flip our mentality? Like, how can we change that?
Don't speak on topics you don't have an open mind about. I mean, this is not like something that I just, made up out of nowhere. Like, I literally just watched it live yesterday where a guy that's not me, who is a trained and professional image consultant, talked to real people on live. You can go watch the videos yourself, and that's what people said. Like, it's not like one time thing either. It's what I've just seen.
Hold on. She said, so and so ask these women and all they care about is money and sex. Don't speak on topics you don't have an open mind about. I'm just letting you know This is genuinely the dumbest conversation I have ever listened to. I'm so confused.
It was the other guy? Are you talking about our special guest, Gavin?
Talking about boy Gavin?
Did you drop some
Oh,
numbers,
me?
Gavin? Yeah, he's
Gavin,
talking
you
about you.
dropping numbers?
What numbers I drop? I don't remember dropping your numbers.
Maddie's pressing you, bro.
About what? What's up, Maddie?
On
Talk
some
to me.
numbers.
Not some numbers about the
We're
male,
confused on what you want the numbers on, Maddie.
about the 15-to-1 ratio for women to men, or the numbers of. I'm trying honestly. I'm on the women's side. I'm trying to it sucks because like I want for women. I'm actually a feminist, bro. I actually support women all the time. I want them to be their own bosses, and I try to, like me talking now. I'm saying, how can we eliminate that? Because I said it is kind of messed up. I'm saying that we have to judge women off of the
But
amount.
how reputable is this video?
Like it is kind of messed up, bro. But it's like, how can we, as men, what can we do to eliminate that? Like,
Wait, hold on, Gavin. She
You
said,
just gotta
how
think like
reputable is this
Spencer.
video? I would recommend you go and watch Kevin Samuels. That's his YouTube name. Go watch his content. You will see that it is not the same people over and over again. It's a very controlled environment where they know who's coming in and out. They have cameras on. You hear their voices. It's live, so there's no time for scripts. This is a live reaction of people, and you will hear the stories of women across a multitude of ages. Like, there was a 19-year-old on there from Kenya yesterday talking about how she had like 6 bodies and how like sex is so important in like a relationship basically. And he was basically just kind of telling her like, why, like you're too young for that basically. And it's like it's a multitude of stories. Like I don't know how much more reputable it can get. It's not like it's a staged event. It's live video.
Hey, a lot of I was watching TikTok. I was just scrolling down, and us kind of guys, we kind of put a time limit on when a girl can give us some, right? Like if a girl, like, come on, like, no, like, let's
What you
be
mean?
honest. Come on, like, let's be honest, bro. Like when we are talking to a girl, she's like, I don't want to do it yet. Like, what? How long would you wait?
Until
Because
she's ready.
until she's ready, like a year.
I think it
Yeah.
depends on the girl.
No, it doesn't even depend on the girl, because if you're already like loyal to that girl, how early in the relationship are we talking? Is this like, are you asking this?
This is the beginning, I'm thinking, right? Like you first
Like
talk to
very
a girl.
beginning? Like are we talking we're kind of a month in and you guys haven't really sexually touched each other and like the tension's there, but you just haven't done it yet, or like?
How about you're like 3 months in?
They can't rehearse before they go live. Maddie, I would really recommend that you go watch it live for yourself. I think you already missed the episode for tonight, but he'll be on tomorrow, and you can watch it live for yourself. It's not rehearsed. Gavin, you can vouch for it. You've seen the show. There's no rehearsal on it. It's actually kind of sad. If that's
Literally,
rehearsed.
he
It'll
literally
be
has
more sad than anything
people.
if that's
He
rehearsed.
has different people come on every single day, and he brings up just facts. How women want a 1%. Women really want 5% people who make a certain amount of money. Well, not all women, but a majority of women. If you honestly hear their responses, they're like, he has to be this, he has to do this and that. And I'm like, hold on, bro, hold on.
You know the question that gets him every time, Spencer? Listen to this, right? He will ask a woman, right? Do you want to have kids? And of course, they're gonna. Most of them say yes. And then he says, "Do you want to pay for the majority of the bills? Do you want to basically be working to pay the majority or a portion of the bills after you have children?" And almost all of them every time say no, which means that your man has to be providing hundreds of thousands of dollars for you to live a comfortable lifestyle in pretty much any like metropolitan area. And that is a very small section of men.
Wait,
And
what you
that's
say?
like the point of it.
I couldn't hear you. Can you say that again?
I was saying that the question that he asked was, do you want to have kids? And then women usually say yes. So they'll say, do you want to be working to pay for substantial bills after you deliver the kids? And almost every time they say no, which means that you need a man that can provide everything for you and a children, a family of 3, 4, 5. And that takes a lot of money, which most men don't make. So you're looking for that top percent
Men,
of guy.
just men, just human beings. We're not talking about race. We're talking about 5% of our country makes. Only 5% make, I think, like either 300,000 more plus, and like only 1% make the millions. Like out of the
I
United
think it's
States.
even less than that.
Yeah, it might be less, but it's like they want all of this. But in reality, I remember I was watching a podcast. I watch a lot of podcasts, and people I try to look at different podcasts. But this woman said that he has to take care of me and his bills in order to date me. I
Maddie,
said,
you just said you're
what?
not gonna watch it, and then you're asking me for sources. Like you're kind of contradicting yourself.
Yeah.
I gave you the exact
Go watch
source.
it yourself,
You can watch it yourself. You're denying yourself information because you don't want to be proven wrong. But I mean that's okay. It's understandable.
like
But
every
don't
girl,
say that I'm just coming out of nowhere.
Kim's getting into it now too, bro.
like
Lives are not meant to be rehearsed. That's what the news is for. Exactly. Like, why would you rehearse? What's the point of going live? You can join it yourself. If you really want to, you can get on the Zoom call and join it yourself. You're not rehearsed. There's nothing stopping you. The link's right in the bio, in the description. You can join the Zoom call and be on the live.
doing a Zoom call, man, because I want to hear the female. I want to hear their point of view, man, because we could talk all we want, but that'll be good for us to hear Maggie's point of view.
Maddie should be a guest. I told Spencer this already.
Maddie is gonna be a guest. We're trying to get that to happen.
Okay.
She wants to bring her friend
down.
Emma on too.
Yeah, I would love to have Maddie on the show. Because we only had Kyra come on yesterday, 2 days ago.
Yeah, she's the only girl that's been on here.
But yeah, I think it's an interesting conversation because it goes into more than just what we can do as in like 3 guys on YouTube. It goes into details about the male perspective. It goes into details about the male purpose, male expectations. You know what I mean? Like you're taught from a young age in most male situations that like you're the head of the household now. Like you're this age, you're the head of the household, or you have these responsibilities because you're a man. But it's kind of like at the same time, it's like women, in my experience, have the opinions that men should be the traditional man, but then women don't have to be the traditional women. And I think that's where like the problems arise a lot of the times.
Because women want to be their own boss too. Like they want to have their own, which I get your own, get your money. But woman is. I mean, well, you can't say that, bro, because we're in an age where men, we can cook too, we can clean too. It's like women don't do that, bro. We can it could be a balance of power. It shouldn't be. I think sometimes the man, whatever says goes, but I think behind every great man is a great woman. So I feel like, honestly, bro, to be real, like 9 times out of 10, when it comes to like when it comes to real like household situations, a woman has a big part in that, and a lot of times we go with her side because women are bad. Women are smarter than us off rip. They are smarter than us. They know they are. It's scientifically proven that women are smarter than us.
That's facts.
So it's just no matter every guy, like every head who has a strong mentality, but I'm gonna listen to my wife. That's just me. I'm not gonna make no decision without her. And honestly, I might go with her decision because women have that. Like they have that woman. They have their what's that word?
Tendencies.
Intuition. Yeah, like they have.
Would you feel the same way if women didn't have vaginas?
Wow, EJ, are you assuming that he only feels this way because he can get poon?
I asked a question. I didn't assume. I asked him a simple question. I mean, no assumptions. I just asked a question. This is a podcast.
Yeah,
I'm the host. We're the host. We ask questions. That's what we're here for.
All right, you take over this one, EJ. I'm gonna sit back. I'm gonna listen. I'm gonna be a listener for a little bit.
No, you're a co-host. You're supposed to ask questions.
I'm gonna be a listener for just a little bit. Maddie said, "So what's wrong with both putting in equal F
before
words?"
She said, "I've come this far without the help of any man."
I feel like
Can you retire right now, Maddie? What would it take for you to retire right now? How
No, no,
long
no.
do you
Hold
have?
up. Because I know Maddie. Maddie's been doing well for herself, and she's by herself. She hasn't
Yeah,
had
she
no help from her parents. She pays all of her insurance. She pays for her rent right now at her house. She goes to work every single day and gets a bag.
But does that bag equal longevity?
For now, yes, while she's in college trying to perfect herself to get the job that she wants to be happy. Don't think about this as money and her trying to chase for money and stuff. For me, like if I have a wife or a girl, whatever you want to go do that is some form of work, you're not going to be able to sit on your ass with me. If any stay-at-home moms, don't come for me. You're going to go get a job somewhere. I don't care if it's fucking McDonald's. Go make some money somewhere. Go work. Go put in effort there. I don't care how much money you bring home. That's not what I'm talking about. You can go be happy if you want to be a teacher and you only want to make like 50, 40K a year. That's cool. I don't care about the money. As long as you're happy teaching, that's perfect with me. I just want you to be happy.
So who's taking care of the home? You're hiring people?
You gotta find a way within your means. You can't go
Yeah.
over your means.
If
You
so,
can't
Benja, if
spend
you're
money you don't have.
if you're COO of our best case scenario at EMU,
Mm-hmm.
you're not gonna be having time to be going home and doing dishes. If she's a full-time teacher, she's not gonna have time to go home and do dishes with a kid running around the house.
DJ, best case
The mama,
scenario, we're both billionaires, dude.
yeah.
So
So
at that
that's what I'm
point, we
saying.
got
You're
maids.
hiring people.
Thank you. Like you got maids to do that for you, bro.
You
You
got
got
maids who do that shit. My wife will
So
be out
you're
there doing whatever
hiring
makes her
people.
happy.
Mm,
And that's on
that's
God.
interesting.
That's on God.
That's on
Whatever makes
God.
her happy.
No, I understand that.
And
I
I'm a,
definitely
I'm gonna be
understand
out
that.
here doing whatever makes me happy. I want to hear nothing from her. I'm bringing home a paycheck. You bringing home a paycheck. I have nothing to say after that.
Why does she need to bring home a paycheck if you're making billions?
EJ.
She doesn't.
What's
She
the point
need.
of that?
You need to go
EJ.
work. I'm sorry. I hate to be this person. You're not gonna sit on your ass in a home if I bought it. Like you're gonna contribute with me.
It's like
I don't care how much money I'm making. Yeah, I'm gonna buy you hella shit. I'm gonna buy you a Lambo just because on some days if I'm a billionaire, and it's gonna be like, haha, surprise, I got you a new color.
So she's gonna drive a Lambo to work at a public school?
Who cares, bro? Who cares? As
EJ,
long as she's happy. As
you are
long
right.
as she is happy.
EJ,
I'm
like
just asking questions. I'm not making no. I think you guys are taking what I'm saying the wrong way. I'm not making any judgments. I'm not making any assumptions. I'm simply asking questions.
I just feel like for
As long as
me,
she's happy. I want my
yeah,
wife
like
to be happy.
I mean, if I'm a billionaire, and I just like seeing women hustle, bro. That's just me, like, cause as growing up, I seen my mom work hard, and so as a man growing up, I want my woman to work hard like how my mom did, and get that bag. And I saw two parents come together, and they balance it out, right? Like my mom and my dad were a team. Like that's what it comes down to, bro. Like
Well,
honestly,
wait, pause, Gavin. Pause for a second. I have a question
being
for you.
what
Your success, right? Would you want your mom to still work after you've made it?
my mama still work? No.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm retiring
So
my
why
mom.
would you want your wife to work if you don't want your own mom to work
That's
after she's
different.
grinded all this time?
Well, every we all have passions, but we all have something that we want to be. Some we have can we talk? We have things that we want to get done in life and accomplish. And my wife was like, "Okay, you're a multimillionaire. I want to do real estate. I'm going to support it 100% because it's a team, bro. You gotta understand, like when it comes to marriage, it's a team effort. It's y'all two against the world. There is no me, my money, and her money. No, it's y'all two against the world. So
Right.
we're happy, and she wants to do grind, do real estate, do whatever she wants to do. I'm gonna be her. I'm gonna be there for her regardless. Because honestly, bro, to make sure that to make her your wife, bro, she has to be your friend first. Like you can't just marry because you gotta get to know a person. Like if you can sit here and chill with her and have genuine conversations and just laugh and love her, then bro, she's the one for you, bro. Like all these fucking hoes, that's hey look, man, that's cool. But it's like it all don't matter when you find the one.
I
You know what I mean?
understand
Like
that, but like my
it's
whole
like
point is like
it
people
more
don't even treat their mothers that way. People make it and they say, "I'm gonna retire my mom. She'll never have to work again." People go to the NFL at like 22, right? Their mom's like 40. You'll never have to work again, mom. They don't ask their mom, "Is that your passion?" They don't ask that. They say she don't. No one wants to work.
Bro. No, bro. It's a different. These guys come from nothing. EJ, our black folks made something what they had. Not everybody that's black is able to live in a middle class neighborhood. They're in the hood. They're surviving just to make it out. And so when you are the first generation man, and when you're a first generation, you're like, my mom was grinding, working 2 jobs, barely sleeping, was eating bread and man. Like these guys come from nothing. Like, bro, like if I think it's hard, they have it hard, bro. Like I'm not from the hood, bro. My parents are middle class, bro. We're middle class. We got out of the hood and now we're in the middle class, and they worked hard for that. These guys, these athletes, where they come from? They're not coming from the rich, especially football.
Not those boys at LSU.
Yeah.
Not those boys at Bama. They're missing a family member somewhere that died.
Wow.
They got something to prove.
Like a lot of you guys who play sports, who are the millionaires that we see on camera, they are coming from like LeBron, single mom, nothing. KD, mom wouldn't eat some nights, just to feed her sons, bro. She wouldn't eat.
So what I'm understanding you guys right, it's not so much the actual work, it's more that you want your wives to not be bored. You want them to have some kind of layers to themselves where they're just
I want
more
them
than
to be
just
able
the
to go
housewife.
do and chase whatever dream they have ever dreamed of and not have to worry about bringing home a paycheck because there's no
What if their
worry.
dream was to be a housewife? You just said don't come my way.
Yeah, you can stay away with that.
Every guy's different. Spencer doesn't want that, but
I don't want that. That's not attractive to me. Someone who wants to be a stay-at-home mom is not attractive. Now, unless later on in life, when I'm kind of like at the stage where I'm done, boom, you can be done too. But if I'm working, you're working. I don't care what it is.
So
I don't
she's
care.
on your schedule.
No. You do whatever you want, but you gotta you gotta work, obviously.
You just said if I'm working, she's working.
Yeah,
If I
but
wanna
that
stop
means if
eating,
I
she can
stop
stop.
working and she wanted to keep working on her dream or whatever and wanted to accomplish something, you can keep going. But like with
What if it
my
was
money that
opposite?
I've accumulated, I'm gonna take a seat.
But what if it's opposite, where you're still working? Say it's 10 years down the line. Now she doesn't want to work, and you're still working. That's not okay.
How old are we 10 years down the line? We're saying like if we
You're
hit
20.
a billion
You're
today.
31.
Honestly,
You're
I ain't got that
31.
much
You're
left in
still
my gas
grinding.
tank either. If I'm a billionaire, yeah, you can take a break after 10 years.
Yeah,
I'm gonna go travel through my 30s with my children and stuff at
I
that
said
point.
you're still. You just said if you basically didn't answer my question.
Okay, re-ask.
Is, you said if I'm still working, or if I'm not working and she doesn't want to work anymore, then that's okay.
Yes.
So I said, what if you're still working, like full time, like Elon's working 100 hours a week, and she doesn't want to work? Is that okay?
Depending on the
Yes, because I'm probably almost done too. So like, yeah, go for it. We can have that conversation whenever. To be honest, we just gotta look at it financially and do what's best for us. And I gotta do what's best for me.
So is there a period then where there's like at least a minimum? That's what it sounds like.
Honestly,
to me, like,
we get married and you really work your ass off for like a whole year. You really show me that you worked your ass off and you just don't want to really do anything and you'd rather stay at home and be a housewife and you'd be happier that way, then yeah, we can talk about that. But while we're together and while we're building with each other in a relationship as boyfriend and girlfriend and getting to that relationship to where we want to be married, you're going to need to be working because we're going to be working for our own. We're going to know how to grind and stuff so we can instill that in our kids.
That's it, bro. I'm saying
that's
like,
interesting.
Bro, I want to come on. I want to be able to just sit down and my wife is like, "Hey, babe, I made all this money. Like, I would, okay, I'll be happy. Like, I would love to hear that.
Be happy for her for succeeding.
Yeah, like I'm happy for her, like her coming on doing boss shit. You know, doing this, do this or this. Or that's something that I would love.
Yeah.
Or that's just me. Cause my mom was doing business trips. My dad was doing business trips. So it's like it's a team effort at the end of the day. So
my parents do get retired first before my wife. 100%. I'd say my first paycheck's going towards my parents if I make a really big check. I gotta retire them. I gotta give back to them.
You have to. Like, they raise, like, I mean, they kind of help you to be the
They did
man you are.
everything for me. They put a roof over my head. They put food in my mouth.
Of
You're
course.
set the rest of your life.
Of course. 100%.
Because they
So,
had my back first when nobody else did.
hey, facts.
Ain't nobody else was changing my diapers or wiping my ass. Ah,
Yeah, man. It's just that I feel like we're in a day and age where, now the whole men being dominant, I think it's more of just an equal balance. And as long as y'all two just come together and have a standing, and you guys talk about what you guys want to see in a relationship, like this is now my do's and don'ts, and you guys just it's all about, bro. It's all about just communicating, bro. It's just put your whole pride aside and just communicate. And that's something that we tend to have a problem. We're always prideful. We don't, our generation. Well, from what I see on social media, and just we're all about, fuck that. I'm like, I'm too player, too like, no, bro. Just communicate and talk to your girl, communicate and see what is her problem. Because a lot of times, bro, girls want somebody who could just ask them, "How's their day?" Like that, like they literally say just little shit just keeps them happy, bro. Like, and like, being a high value man sometimes we don't do that. Like it's just we don't.
You be busy.
You'll be
I
busy,
mean, like
but it's
high
like
value men put their
gotta,
purpose
you
above their
gotta
relationships.
like you gotta put her into facts. Like, I understand that we trying to be businessmen, you're trying to do your thing, focus. We gotta understand, like, that's your wife. Like, your wife has your back 100%, and when nobody else does. So whenever she's not feeling good or she's not in the right mental space, as a husband, you're supposed to be there. You're supposed to notice that shit, whether if you're high value or not. You gotta notice that shit, bro, because like it's a companionship. It's y'all two against the world. She got your back. Hold on.
that's facts. That's
So
straight
let me ask
facts.
you this, guys.
It's like you gotta be into two. It's like you can't do anything by yourself. Like we all need help. Like you couldn't be who you were by yourself with nobody. Your mom, your friends, family, like your dad, everybody who helped you become who you are. And now it's time for you to go out and succeed and do the best that EJ, the best that Spencer can do in life, no matter what. Whether that's being CEO of of your company, whether that's working at McDonald's, whatever. As long as you're your best self every day, then you're good. And like the woman, you're gonna find her. And they always say it happens when like it's least suspected. Like people always talk about, oh yeah, like I found my wife and I didn't know that she was gonna be my wife, but like now she's my wife. And honestly, a lot of guys who focus and grind, and bro, if you honestly build with women, if you build with her, if you build with your wife, bro, that's the best thing. Like build with her. Like look at every guy who's built with their woman. They're successful. They're not
Yeah.
chasing girls. They're not fucking this girl. They have one girl, and y'all both are focused on your dreams, and y'all go out there and y'all get the bag together. And when y'all go up together, then it's like, oh shit, like it's not no, oh, she got me because of my money and this and that. Like, nah, she with you from the jump. It's in the car. It's like just build with a chick, but like my grandparents did that. My grandparents working two jobs together. They were working together as a team. That's how you do it. Work as a team, bro. Work as a team with your wife, your girlfriend, and then you'll come out successful in the long run. So you guys,
So if you're in the long run, right? Now you have children. Now your children have always had that lifestyle from the time they were born. In Spencer's case, where both the parents are working full time and they're getting taken care of by maids and nannies. I had that experience myself. And to be
I,
honest,
I
I
had it.
think it's more detrimental to the child to be surrounded by maids and nannies than their own mother. And that's just come from somebody that had first person they saw when they woke up was the nanny. The last person they saw when they went to sleep was the nanny 5 days out of the week. You know what I mean? Like that's just the experience that I had. And looking back, it wasn't the experience that I saw when I went to my friends' houses. You know what I mean? Like their moms were always there. Their dads were there. You know what I mean? So it's like it's not because like they were just deadbeats. They were working. They were in the city working, getting money together, right? So it's kind of like, are you sacrificing your child's well-being just for a kind of a selfish reason to basically just say to grind when you
Well,
already have?
well, I mean, yes, it sucks because you're not there, but you can sit back and say when you're gone, like, okay, my family's set for life. I sacrifice so that my kids, my grandkids, my great and great generational wealth is taken care of. And I can sit here and be like, you know what? Even though I probably wasn't there for every single party, every single birthday, every single graduation, but I know that my kids are set. That I can die tomorrow and be like, you know what? They can live a comfortable lifestyle. They don't have to worry about struggling. They don't have to worry about money. I will be happy with that. If I can sit here and like, that's why I can't wait till I just build my wealth so that when I'm a 9-year-old man, seeing my kids and grandkids and great grandkids just living good, and I'm like, damn, like that hard work pays off. And
Have I studied child psychology at all? I'm speaking from personal experience. I'm not generalizing. I was very
bro,
specific.
I've had a nanny. I mean, my mom and dad had nannies. They were busy working, but my parents were also there too. It was like, it's to each his own. To each his own. Everybody's just different, bro. I can't speak for everybody, but if I'm sacrificing working hard for my kids and my family, and 40 years from now, my kids are living good, we're in the house, like it'll be amazing, bro. Like, but it's all about team effort, though. I feel like when it comes to your man, like when it comes to your wife, her first. She has to be happy. Like, make sure y'all are both happy, and with her, make sure that the man is happy. Like, she has to make sure that, okay, my husband's happy. Same way how we should be like, my wife is happy. Because without a happy wife, bro, like they say, there's no happy life.
No
That's
happy
how it is.
life.
Like, no happy wife, happy life. Yeah. So I mean, that's my thing, bro. Yeah. So Maddie,
What up, Maddie? Hit you back.
Maddie.
Little to no knowledge on how children develop, you cannot say it's universal for a child to be damaged if their parents work full time. So let's break that down. First of all, I said nothing about universal laws applied to children's psychology. I said nothing about any other children. I spoke specifically about me, myself, and my own experiences, with not even a notion of anybody else's experiences in that entire monologue I just said. So, I mean, it feels like to me you're just kind of looking for something to say more than listening to what I'm saying. It's like you're listening to argue, not listening to comprehend or even try to understand. And I don't think that's very productive. And once again, I didn't say that it would be damaged. I asked if it would be selfish. I never said damaging. I said, would it be selfish? But maybe I'm wrong. You can tell me, Spencer. Am I wrong here?
I don't know. I feel
Thought
like
I
you're
was very
being.
clear.
I feel like you're saying it's kind of like possible that something could happen to another child, and that it's not. The chance isn't zero. Like it happened to you, so it could be happening to someone else.
Yeah.
And I mean, I don't think that's a study that's done, to be honest, if we're talking about real child psychology. Because, I mean, when you're talking about people that work full time, the majority, I'm assuming if you have a large family and you don't make enough money to hire a nanny, because nannies aren't free. And if you're not making over a certain amount of money, you cannot afford a nanny. And if you can't afford a nanny, that means that your grandma's watching you, your auntie's watching you, your cousins are watching you, your big brother or sister's watching you. That's different than a total stranger.
Yes, 100% agreed.
Yeah.
So
I
first of all,
think it's
you're talking.
situational because you were put in a situation and you had to deal the cards that you were dealt with, and not like we talked about this one time. Not everybody's living situation or home situation at that is even the same as anyone in the world's. You could say like no one has the home situation that you have at home, like at your home, and no one lived through the same stuff that you did as a child on a day-to-day basis. Like yeah,
I was not talking about
things were
touching.
similar, but like me and you, EJ, when you woke up in the morning and you were a kid, let's just say you had a bowl of cereal. I'm on the complete opposite side of the country and I'm having some eggs and some bacon. We lived up different. We didn't have the same days. You got yelled at for throwing something in the house. I got yelled at for sitting on my ass all day. There's just different situations that you'd get put in. So like not everybody's living style is the same. So you got to like kind of comprehend that into question as well, I guess, whenever you are talking to someone, cuz everyone's
Yeah.
lived a complete different life than you have.
Buddy, once again, I think you're misunderstanding maybe you should like rewind, all right? So to put things in context, we were talking specifically about a person, a man who is making a substantial amount of money, enough money to provide for him, his wife, and his children. Having that mother go to work instead of staying home with the children, is that a selfish thing to do? That was the question that I asked. I was not talking about Spencer and his parents working full time. I was not talking about child psychology. I was not talking about a generalization of children's experiences in the home. I was talking about a very specific situation that was brought up by the conversation that preceded this conversation. But once again, Spencer, you can tell me anytime. If you think I'm just, is that not the truth? I feel
I
like
think
that's
you're just
exactly what just happened.
explaining your personal experiences. I don't have any issue with you saying your personal experience. You're not saying you're generalizing everyone. You're just saying what you went through. That's how I saw it
Right.
as.
Like she's saying that, like talking about working hard to give your child a good life. We're
I
not
think
talking about people just working hard to give their children a good life. Like at the end of the day, like there's levels. You can make 100K. That's nothing compared to making $1 million a year. That's nothing compared to making 100 million a year. That's nothing compared to making 10 billion a year.
yeah.
You know what I mean? Like there's different levels, and at those levels, different challenges present themselves. And I think that if we're talking about a specific situation where you are making a substantial amount of money and you're like the 0.001%, you're in like that top 1,000 richest people in the world, then at that point, you kind of got to think to yourself, well, what am I really doing here? Am I sacrificing something that doesn't need to be even done for my own kind of self fulfillment? Or
Yeah.
is that selfish to even say when you have a child there that needs you there 24/7 and instead you hire somebody, a stranger, to come into your house and perform the duties that you know that need to be done because you hired someone else to do them, but you hire someone else to do them because you want to go and fulfill your own. I think that being a parent in general is about being selfless. And yeah, that comes from working hard, but I think that the time aspect is just as important.
I can see where both of you are coming from on it, because I think she was coming from the fact of that you saw it as bad for someone to give a good life to their child by not being there for them, because she sees that as kind of like a dub, where you see that from your personal eyes as, hey, that's not really a dub, but like I guess if it works, it works. That's where I
I
see you
never said
coming
it was
from.
bad. I was just asking if it's selfish to have two able bodied people working when they don't need to work when you have a child at home that could be getting your attention versus a stranger's.
Yeah.
That's like all I was saying. Maybe I didn't say that specifically. That's what I was saying. That was the question.
Okay. I guess we'll wait for her response after this. Gavin, do you have anything to add?
Um, I was saying to each his own. I mean, everybody, like you said, everybody's grows up different. So I mean, it's a question that has a lot of answers, and everybody has a different their own opinion about it. From my personal perspective, so she was talking about how he said that I can't. It's kind of confused me a little bit. Can you like repeat what she was trying to say? Like what was she trying to go at him for saying?
She said, first, if you have little to no knowledge on how children develop, you cannot say it's universal for a child to be damaged if their parents work full time. I addressed that by saying that I never said any generalization statements or generalizing statements about children. I was talking about my own experience. Then she said, but if you're asking the question, you need to listen to what everyone has to say. Then she says, you can't try to say because of an experience you had that it would be damaging for someone else. Okay, I didn't say that. I asked the question if it would be selfish for the parent to do. I didn't say, is the kid going to be damaged? I said, is that selfish for the parent to go fulfill their own wants over providing the things that they could do for their children? If you could go be a full-time mom, but instead you choose to be a real estate agent and then you hire someone to take care of your kid because you don't want to be that person. You want to go do what you want to do. That's selfish by definition. You're
How
choosing
long?
yourself.
How long do companies give women a break after they just had a kid? Like, how long is the paternity, right? How long do they give?
How long?
Yeah, like how long do
Longer
they?
than paternity leave.
She said, I'm
Like,
not coming at you. I'm just trying to get you to understand what I'm saying.
But like what you're saying is like kind of irrelevant to anything I've said. Like it's completely different.
It's not completely irrelevant.
it's not completely relevant, bro. It's not completely relevant.
No,
It's
it's not
just
complete. You can't say that. You can't say it's completely irrelevant because she
yeah.
was stating
But it
her
has nothing
side
to
from
do with
what you
what
were
I
saying.
said.
she has a whole different perspective. So it's
She had
just
a completely different view than you did, and it's okay. People are gonna have different opinions. She's just saying it's not. She's not trying to get on to you about it. She just wanted you to see her side too.
yeah. That's
Which you
fair.
just explained to yourself and saw. You just don't agree with it, and that's okay. You don't have to agree with it.
Yeah,
It's not your opinion. It's hers.
exactly.
That's what she's trying to get at. She's not coming for you. She's not saying you're wrong.
She's just saying her side and her perspective,
It's
and
different.
it's just different. But y'all just don't. Y'all have different perspectives, so she wants you to hear it and make you, I
Just
guess.
put yourself in her shoes and see it from her eyes and like try to see it
Yeah,
from her angle.
exactly, exactly.
And when you do that, you just form your own opinion, and you did, and you just don't agree with it.
Yeah.
Boom. Light politics. Like us not agreeing on MJ being the GOAT. We don't have to agree. We got our own opinions.
we honestly didn't even finish my agreement because I wasn't even done. Honestly,
He still wants to go.
wasn't even done, bro. Like, I was like just going a little bit in. That's why I think LeBron is the GOAT. But that's a whole. Everybody has their own opinion. So that whole GOAT thing is gonna always be different names because everybody who grew up differently, who watch different people, or people who just you see Jordan, and I can say as much as I can about LeBron to prove that he's a GOAT, but in the back of your mind, you're gonna always say Jordan, no matter what.
I mean, I can't say LeBron's not valid. LeBron's valid as fuck. You look at the stats, it's there.
Yes,
But
yes.
Jordan, his stats are there. He's valid as fuck.
And you're saying because every people who have this argument that they don't know stats, so that's why I completely try to ignore it because I look at the overall picture. I've watched Jordan's games. I've watched LeBron's games, and I just think LeBron is overall as watching him, see him as a player and what he's done on the court. That's just my perspective. Now for you, you watch Jordan, and you're like, okay, I've seen LeBron and I've seen Kobe, I've seen Jordan. I'm like, that guy to me is the greatest of all time, and you have your reasons to. But everybody says championships. Like everybody, that's the only thing they say. And when I really break it down, they're like, oh shit, okay. They talk about eras, and I'm like, you can't really compare eras because if you put LeBron in that era, that means LeBron would have to be born around the mid to late 1960s, early 70s, and grow up in that era and be put in that generation. So people are talking about the different era, it was tougher. Well, put LeBron and Jordan born in the same year, then LeBron would have the same mentality as the players who were playing back in the day. You gotta, and I think it's all about moderation too. The guys playing basketball in 1980s are not as skillful as the guys playing right now. So all these guys saying, "Oh, 90s basketball was the best basketball." I think right now we're seeing the most skillful players play day in and day out because the guys that I'm seeing right now and what they're doing at their speed, at their height, I'm like, these 80s, okay, they're physical, but they always say how, oh yeah, Scottie Pippen, Dennis Rodman will destroy LeBron, lock him up. LeBron is 6'9", 260.
He ain't little. He a big man.
Dennis Rodman is 6'7", 210. LeBron is 2 inches taller than him and 50 pounds heavier. Who can move like a horse? Who can run at that speed, at that height, and that weight, can go from A to B and go down the court. He's unstoppable in a fast break. So for them to say that he could lock him up, I mean, I get it was physical, but if you look at Bird, he wasn't buff like LeBron. These guys weren't as buff. These guys were kind of small, but they were more physical, which is okay. I'll give you the physical standpoint, but LeBron is strong to endure a lot of physicality. Like, look at him. So I think it's all about moderation and time. Like, I think as the next 20, 30 years from now, there's going to be somebody better than these guys who are playing now.
Luka.
Could Michael Jordan handle social media though? He had no social media. He had no Stephen A. Smith. He had no Max
Bro,
Kellerman.
the man got
no
mad at him
Twitter.
if someone put a buzzer beater in his face and took it personally. He would make up fake scenarios in his head that happened just to make himself motivated to go get
Well,
dubs.
that's easier to deal with
That's
than
a
a real
different
scenario.
mindset, bro. You're an animal if you're just thinking about ways to fucking win. The dude would play pool until he won. He just wanted to win and compete.
But I'm saying when you have people, because first of all, Jordan didn't just come out of nowhere. Jordan wasn't watched from when he was in high school. You know what I mean?
Facts.
LeBron was
Oh
watched
my
from when he was in
God.
high school. He had cameras on his face, people judging him from the second he stepped on the court when he wasn't even old enough to buy a lotto ticket.
The number one
LeBron
sixth
had
grader.
to face all that social media attention. He grew up in the social media age where he was the prime target. He was always trending. His name has always been a household name since he was in high school. He had all that media pressure. The media says, oh, he might be a bust. Oh, he might do this. Now you have Twitter. Oh, he's not that good. He can go on Twitter and face scrutiny every day of the week. He can go and post a picture on Instagram every day of the week and face scrutiny. Michael Jordan didn't have that aspect. He could provide
He
big
couldn't
situations
control that situation he was in though, so you can't really put that as a viable argument.
I mean, but like the thing
But if you're
about
talking about the people that they're playing against, then
Ooh.
that's the same thing.
Ooh,
well,
okay, well then put it this way. Even since Michael Jordan didn't even grow up in an internet age with social media, he was still known worldwide. Everyone knew his name, and social media and TV was not even that big yet with the whole broadcasting thing. You had people around the world that you could only get TV in certain channels and certain selections, but his name was still branded world fucking wide, and everyone knew who Michael Jordan was, and he was known for basketball, and
okay,
that's it.
But that has nothing to do with the scrutiny aspect.
Oh, no.
Constant scrutiny.
I have like a solid perspective about okay, if you talk about LeBron and you have your reasons for it to be GOAT, like you have your reasons why Jordan is the GOAT. You have your reasons, of course. Okay, screw the social media part. Do you think? Look at Jordan's finals appearances.
6 for 6.
Do you has Jordan had a out of all those teams he played? What teams were you said that were very hard to beat compared to his teams?
The Utah Jazz
compared to the Warriors.
Like LeBron
Charles Malone
faced a team for 4 years straight and had KD, Steph, Clay, Andre Iguodala, Dirk, who else?
Also, all the teams he had to beat.
Like
why?
Jordan, I can't say that, bro, because that Phoenix Suns team just had Charles Barkley, and that was it, bro. Like that Gary Payton Sonics team, bro. Come on, man. Like Sean Kipp had that one good year, but other than that, Jordan had big threes, and he faced against guys that were either by themselves or a big man in a two-way punch. Jordan always had big threes. Jordan always had the best team because Jordan's teams go to the Eastern Conference Finals and is one foul call away from the finals by himself. Without him. So my thing is, LeBron leaves his teams, they go to a lottery pick. They're not making the playoffs. Jordan leaves, they're one game away from a final. So that's why I can't put Jordan as my GOAT, because without him, that team was fine. LeBron is the man. LeBron runs the whole team. that Bulls team could go deep playoff runs in the tough Eastern Conference without him and still make it to the finals. LeBron teams in the weak East, LeBron leaves, and when he left Miami, they had D Wade and Chris Bosh. They didn't make the playoffs that year. You talking about D Wade, D Wade, D Wade? D Wade and Chris Bosh didn't make the playoffs that year. They were like 10th seed in the East. LeBron leaves Cleveland, their stock value goes down. They drop. LeBron single-handedly ran the Cleveland economy. Because when he was in Cleveland, it was booming. When he leaves, they're the worst team in the East.
So what happened when Michael left the Bulls? They didn't win. They didn't win. He was just as impactful.
They definitely had Derrick Rose. Like, their only best player they had was Derrick Rose, and Derrick Rose took him to a conference finals, and he faced LeBron, and then D Rose got hurt the next year. But my thing is, like, I'm talking about Jordan. Like, and Jordan's mentality is, I'm gonna get 60. I don't care if we lose. Why do you think he lost and got swept all those years? Because he dropped 60, mentality. He dropped 63 and lose. LeBron makes his teammates better. That's why LeBron brought a whole bunch of bums to the final, because he put confidence in his teammates to make those big shots, to come in clutch, play defense. LeBron brought his team together. If you put Jordan on those LeBron teams, when Jordan's going to just drop 60 and just win at all costs, but that's not the way to win. The win is a team effort. That's why.
But who's won more?
That's why Forrest Grant. It's a team effort. So put Jordan on LeBron's teams, bro. They're not gonna make it to the finals. I'm sorry, because Jordan is a kill mentality, and kill mentality. Kobe
got him 2 3-peats.
Against Scrubs.
He played Scrubs. EJ, he played Magic Johnson in '91. He then went on to play Portland in '92. He then went on to play an NBA MVP Charles Barkley Phoenix Suns team in '93. He 3-peated right there. He averaged 41 points. Hold up. No. Let me finish. Let me put out the stats for you to hear, and then you can contradict me. In '91 finals, Jordan led his team with 31 points on average, 11 assists, and 6 rebounds on average. He then went on in '92. He had 35 points on average, 6 assists, 4 rebounds. He then went on to play the Phoenix Suns against Charles Barkley, who was probably in his primes for playing defense, and Jordan averaged 41 points, 8 fucking rebounds, and 6 assists. That was in his first 3-peat.
Charles didn't guard him.
Doesn't matter.
Really just take a step back and think about how we're measuring greatness. Because
the stats are there in the finals. LeBron isn't putting stats up like that in the finals, and none of his teammates are either. And the people against him aren't. Kevin Durant was not averaging 30 points a game against the Cavaliers.
Bro, LeBron averaged a triple-double in almost every final, bro, especially in 2017 with Kyrie and Kevin Love. He averaged a triple-double, and people say LeBron should have won the MVP even though he lost.
He was averaging a triple-double with 22 points.
You talking about just overall, you talking about numbers then? I'm going to tell you this. LeBron is more efficient from the 2. LeBron is more efficient from Jordan from the 3. LeBron averaged more assists.
Because Michael Jordan took more shots.
No, we're talking about numbers, right? No, numbers.
LeBron can play every position.
But if someone took more shots, then obviously their percentage is going to be skewed.
No, we're
LeBron
talking about
plays 1 through 5.
B numbers, bro. LeBron is a pass-first player. And your scorer who took in more shot attempts, he already done past Michael and Kobe, and he's a pass-first player. LeBron does not want to score the ball. He'll pass the ball, and he passed Michael Jordan.
Of course LeBron's going to pass him. He's been playing longer. He's played 6 years longer than Jordan has.
He passed him like 3 years ago, bro, which means...
And he played 3 years longer than he did. He couldn't do the numbers that Jordan did in the years that Jordan was there. You're proving my point.
No, bro. If you go off the numbers then, but you can't just say, oh, Jordan averaged 11. LeBron is a triple-double machine.
How many MVPs does LeBron have? He doesn't have as many as Jordan has. How many finals MVPs? He doesn't have.
Are you going to base off rings?
We can do both.
If that is your only, bro.
Bill Russell, the GOAT.
I'm not even calling rings. I'm calling MVPs at this point.
Bro, MVPs? Why are you calling MVPs? LeBron should win every year.
And he doesn't. Why not?
Because
why doesn't LeBron win if he's supposed to? How come Jordan won all 6 of his years?
Because he was.
Okay, no. Jordan is a defensive player like 10 times. Tell me, out of those, who did he have to guard in the East? And who do you have to guard to be like those defensive player first? Like, who do you have to guard? Because people say, oh, because LeBron has 3, but look at Jordan, because the top 10 shooting guards ever, most of them are from our generation. There's only maybe like one other one from the 90s that he had to guard. So if you're gonna talk about numbers, LeBron is more efficient from 3-point range, 2-point range, puts up more assists, puts up more steals, puts up more rebounds, puts up more blocks. He does everything that Jordan does. And remember, Jordan has more points, like you said, because he shoots more attempts. And LeBron is almost at his average of points a game. And LeBron shoots fewer attempts because LeBron's more efficient. So if you look at besides scoring, LeBron could do everything better than him. LeBron
Everything.
literally do everything better but scoring. And all you guys say is 6-0.
And he's a better teammate.
Well, if you look at LeBron, his first year in Cleveland, no full squad, because we all know if Scottie Pippen's down, they're not winning those finals. Period. It's a team effort, right? So LeBron have Kyrie or Kevin Love his first year, and then he has him and he beats him, and then KD is a super team. Everybody said it. He was not going to beat that team. Jordan's team not going to beat that team. And the reason why, because Dennis Rodman will be a liability. Dennis Rodman can't shoot. Dennis Rodman is a defensive player. So if I'm a team going up against Jordan, I'm going to double team him every single play and force him out of their game and make those role players step up.
They're not going to.
They're not going to, bro. That's what I'm trying to say. Like, bro, like Jordan, he was the first to make the NBA. The NBA started making money because I respect Jordan. I love him to death. But it's like, as a hooper, as an overall basketball player,
KD's better basketball player than both of them. If we're being strictly basketball,
KD is not rebounds, but when it comes to scoring efficiency, I'm going. KD is up there, but I can't put him over Kobe though. I can't put KD over Kobe or Michael. I'm sorry.
I almost spit out my water. I almost spit my water all over this laptop.
Sorry.
You can't put Michael Jordan over Kobe?
No. I can't put he said KD was like better. I said I can't put KD over Jordan or Kobe.
KD's the best basketball talent to ever exist. If you're just talking about strictly skills, you're talking about a 7'2", well, really 6'11", whatever you want to call it, a 7-footer that has handles like Kyrie, can shoot like Curry, can get to the basket like Kobe, mid-range like James Harden, 3 points from anywhere. He's literally an unstoppable basketball machine. If he wanted to play full-out defense, I think if he didn't get hurt, he'd probably be a better defensive player too. He's been injured a lot of his career. I mean, they've been minor injuries, but still, like, those affect you.
KD could easily be the best, like the all-time scorer, like list. He could pass Kareem if he honestly wanted to drop 40, he could. But
he could go get you 60 a night every night.
Yeah, he could. But like, what's that gonna do? Jordan lost. Remember, Jordan was getting swept, dropping 60 every night. So I mean, it just and LeBron never lost in the first round. Besides his he never missed the playoffs since his rookie season, and he never lost the first round in 18 seasons.
He missed the playoffs with the Lakers his first season.
Huh?
He missed the playoffs his first season.
Okay, well then, that's what's it from 04 to 2018.
And then he missed.
Years, 14, 15 years of just, and Jordan was getting people say, "Oh, Jordan's 6'3". He got swept, bro.
Jordan's flu game that he had was insane. I haven't seen LeBron play with the flu yet. Full on flu.
What do you mean you haven't seen him play with the flu? He beat the Warriors. He built the freaking Space Jam team. He beat them in real life.
It wasn't a flu. It was just it was food poisoning. They actually said that in the Last Dance. It wasn't even a flu. It was actually food poisoning.
It's called the flu game.
A little tummy ache. Everyone wants to
come on now,
tummy ache.
Yo, all I'm saying is you go watch the 30 for 30 The Last Dance. You go watch it all the way back, bro, and you go look at what this man did. You can't compare it to LeBron. He's better.
Wait till LeBron's movie come out. Wait till that comes out.
Yeah, I want to see how many finals he loses. I want to see him lose fucking 5 finals. That's what I'm gonna keep fucking watching.
Oh my god,
I just want to see this man lose. Oh, he won because he got with a good team. He finally won. He finally got one.
went to 8 straight finals.
Time out. So if the Magic squad, if the Lakers were not hurt and they didn't, and Michael Jordan was guarding Magic, the Bulls were not winning that series.
It's like Kawhi wouldn't have won if the Warriors were healthy. Kawhi wouldn't have won either.
Imagine if LeBron had Kyrie and Kevin Love his first go around in Cleveland.
I'm hearing a bunch of what ifs.
Bro,
and not what actually happened, and not what Michael Jordan did on the court.
Jordan got lucky and had no injuries. Jordan just got lucky.
Oh, no, it's not luck.
Kawhi got lucky. It's the same difference.
He's nasty.
Look at Jerry West. He lost a finals off of a shot that went up in the air and then dropped.
Nice. Got lucky.
He lost 6 straight years. In one of those years, the ball went up in the air. It was Bob Cousy. And the ball dropped in.
Cousy.
Because he just got lucky. It's not all the hours of work he put in. He just got lucky.
Yes. It was a circumstantial victory.
Okay. Is Kawhi Leonard winning that finals if the Warriors are fully healthy?
No.
Okay then.
I think that we're kind of stigmatizing luck as a general, right? Luck really just means being prepared when opportunity presents itself. So in that sense, he was extremely lucky. He was prepared when the Warriors were hurt. He was prepared when the Lakers were hurt. Mm-hmm. They were prepared. We're not knocking that. But that opportunity presented itself, and that's the lucky aspect of it. That's what makes it luck.
I'd look at it as just sucks to suck.
Because like the Warriors
sucks to suck.
It's like the Warriors got lucky that first year when LeBron didn't have nobody. And he was up 2-1. But it takes a team. Like LeBron can do his best.
He didn't have Kyrie. He didn't have Kevin Love. He didn't have any of those people. You're right. He didn't have those guys. He didn't have them.
Guess what? His second best player was Matthew Dellavedova.
He got fucking swept. Sweep.
Sweep. Okay, so like, what's worse? Because if I'm a basketball player, my goal is championship. My goal is to get to the finals and try to win a championship. That is my goal, to win a championship.
No, it's not try to get to the finals. It's to win the finals. That is your goal.
Okay.
It is.
Okay, so look. What's worse? Going to the finals and losing, but getting to the finals, even though you want to win a championship, you just lost that year, or getting swept in the first round? What is worse? As a basketball player, what is your end goal?
My end goal is a championship, so both of those are just as bad.
But would you rather lose in the finals or lose in the first round?
I would rather win.
That's not the option.
That's not the option.
How is that not an option? I'd rather win the championship. I think that winning a championship is an option.
So,
but it's not what happened.
What happened, Jordan?
I think either way, if you come out with an L, if you ain't first, you're last, buddy.
But you keep docking LeBron about that, and that's my point. Jordan.
He didn't win how Michael Jordan has been winning.
When he had the opportunity, he played lesser teams in the finals. LeBron's played more competition in the finals than Jordan has ever. Period.
Sure.
And that's facts. Look up those teams. LeBron is probably people built him to beat that man because that's how good he is. But LeBron's going to the finals. Jordan's in the first round getting knocked out.
People tried to build teams to beat Jordan. You couldn't. The man scored too much.
There wasn't enough talent in the league.
The man scored too much because he was the best. He was the GOAT.
If Jordan played
he was the fucking GOAT.
Could you build a squad of not even all-star? You could build a squad right now of people that weren't even on the all-star team to beat Jordan.
Put Jordan right now in this era with all these skillful players. Put Jordan right now in all these skillful players and see what he does. There's going to be more just like him. Jordan, it was literally just a handful. Now,
you take the 96 U.S. team and you put it up against the 08 U.S. team. The 96 is raking.
That's a bloodbath.
96 is raking.
That's a bloodbath.
The new gen is not winning. New gen's not winning.
Why?
They can't win.
Why? Just tell me why. Like, what's the reason? And don't say mentality. Don't say the era. Do not say because they were
hard for the grind. The grind.
Don't say that. Tell me why they were.
Put them against the 2012 team, Spencer.
Oh my God, KD too? Was it KD on that team?
LeBron, Melo, Kobe, Chris Paul, KD, Russell Westbrook, Kevin Love, James Harden, AD, Tyson Chandler, Oh my gosh, De'Aaron Williams. Who's beating that team?
Do not say heart. Do not say heart and grit, and do not say that. Talk about as a basketball player who, like, why would they win?
Michael Jordan,
Kobe
Larry
is just,
Bird,
Larry Bird had
Charles
bad
Barkley,
talk about, bro. Larry
John
Bird was,
Stockton, Karl
John
oh
Malone.
my God, what? He just said John Stockton. Oh my God, bro. Darren Williams will cross up John Stockton any day of the week, bro. Like, what?
De'Aaron Williams.
I'm convinced y'all have
Bro.
not gone back and actually watched
Oh
these
my
basketball
God.
players.
He just said John,
Bro, what?
John
Did you not
Stockton,
just hear
bro.
the
I want
list
you,
that
EJ, I want you to name off the top of your head a John Stockton video that you have seen in clips. I want you to
There's no
name it.
reason
Go
to
ahead and
watch.
name it, cause they're out there. Have you watched him? Have
EJ.
you watched the
No, I
gameplay? Have
haven't
you looked
watched
up the
EJ.
stats? Then you can't judge. You have no room to
EJ.
judge right now. You
EJ.
can't even
I see.
laugh.
I play with him in 2K.
Bro, EJ.
You're gonna compare a
John
video
Stockton,
game to real life.
EJ.
You
John
controlling the
Stockton.
player to real life.
John Stockton was so irrelevant, bro. Like, he went off of the bus and niggas didn't know who he was, bro. Like, they were like, "Who are you? Like, are you part of the team?" like, they didn't know who he was, bro. Like
John
honestly, bro, it should have been Isaiah Thomas. To be real, Jordan didn't want Isaiah Thomas on that team. So what happened, bro? Like, you said John Stockton.
Let me
The
look
reason
at John
why he has
Stockton's stats
all
right
these
now. I
assists-
got him up right now. Let me look at these stats.
The reason why he has all these assists and steals is because of Karl Malone. Let's just be real. If there's no Karl Malone with John Stockton just an old
There
head.
are no championships without LeBron having a stacked team. You can say that in that point.
Jordan too.
Every championship has a stacked team. It's a team sport.
Jordan's the same way, bro. Jordan has stacked teams.
Nah, Jordan carried his team in the points. Jordan was winning the games. He was hitting the buzzer beaters.
The Mavericks were stacked.
The Lakers were stacked.
The Lakers were stacked. Everybody's stacked. That's how you win a championship.
Exactly, bro. Just that.
That's why James Harden has 0 championships, because he can't do it by himself. You need a team. Russell Westbrook, no championships. Can't do it by yourself. And he had a stacked team, but he was trying to do it by himself.
Jordan got the better end of the stick.
They're not
Why
beating
did
this
Jay
US
West
team.
lost all those years? Because the Celtics were stacked.
So he was just scoring all those points because Michael Jordan just was bad. That's why he was scoring so much and breaking scoring records. Is that why he was just that bad?
Jordan was the best player on a great team.
The man was averaging 41 points a season.
John Stockton
and that team
13 points.
That team was one game away from the NBA Finals without him.
He's a career 13 point per game averager. 2 rebounds per game, 10 assists per game. This is what NBA.com says.
John Stockton.
Oh no, bro.
Was nutty.
It says right here he dropped 13 points per game.
I will put Darren.
He wasn't a point dropper. He passed the ball. He wasn't a shooter.
You just said he was breaking scoring records.
I was talking about Michael Jordan, you retard.
You was talking about
You were talking about John Stockton.
Talking about Michael Jordan, idiot.
We're definitely just talking about Jordan just now. He was not talking about John Stockton. He was definitely talking about Jordan.
I know John Stockton ain't scoring no points. He was too busy passing the ball to Karl Malone so he could cherry pick in the paint.
Wow, you just sitting there. Because first of all, I'm gonna put the whole lineup is gonna be LeBron, or it's gonna be Kobe on MJ, and Kobe copied MJ completely. So even MJ said that Kobe will probably beat me because Kobe has copied my moves. So that's gonna be a great matchup. And then you have LeBron. Who is guarding LeBron James?
Who's guarding KD
Easy.
and LeBron on the same
Who's guarding KD? Who's guarding Carmelo Anthony? Because I just want to know
who's guarding all 3 of them at the same
who's
time.
guarding them. Like, I just want to know who's gonna Larry Bird.
And then
Larry
five-
Bird.
Nah, not Larry Bird. Chill. I'm putting Patrick Ewing, who is also on that team.
Patrick Ewing.
I'm putting Patrick
He's
Ewing.
a center. He could not guard Kevin Durant, bro. He could not guard Kevin.
I'm not talking about Kevin Durant.
Who's he guarding? Tyson Chandler?
He's guarding their center. He's a fucking center.
That's Tyson Chandler.
Okay, but who's guarding LeBron, KD, and Melo?
You got to put the best defensive player on this team on KD, and that is Stockton.
I'm done, bro. He just said John
John Stockton, a 5'10" point guard.
Nah, bro.
On
You're putting Pimpin on there, obviously, not John Stockton.
no,
Pippen cannot lock up. Okay, so now look. Now you have Kobe. Let's say Kobe's locked up by MJ. John Stockton is locking up who? I don't care. Now you have Scottie Pippen locking up KD. You still got LeBron and Carmelo Anthony.
I'm putting Magic Johnson on LeBron. That's fair.
You said what?
I'm putting Magic Johnson on LeBron. That's a fair matchup. And that's not arguable.
I don't know.
Have y'all, dude, I feel like I haven't seen these people play. Like, do you know how raw Magic was in the day?
Bro, but he's not guarding LeBron. He's LeBron.
Like nobody sees LeBron James. Nobody sees LeBron James, bro. Like Magic is like every point guard now. Like
especially with Tyson Chandler's picks. Like, come on. Tyson Chandler sent a pick on little ass John Stockton.
Tyson Chandler had one good season.
Okay, who was the starting line for the Dream Team? I know it was Jordan,
MJ, Magic. You had Karl Malone. You had Scottie Pippen, and you had Patrick Ewing.
Okay, so the Ewing. Okay, you have a lot of them like pretty good. You got Ewing on Tyson. You got John on.
The matchups are solid. Like, this is not gonna be no walk in the park. Like, this is gonna be a grindy ass game.
No, it's going to be a tough game because you got to think, put them in their prime. So let's put.
Oh, you're talking about the grittiest game there is then. You're talking about back and forth, just pure scores and pure defense. You're literally talking about the best players to ever play the game going up against each other, and you think one team's gonna blow out the other in a 4-0 fashion series? Fuck no, you're fucking speaking out of your fucking dick.
It's not gonna be a blowout. I never said that. All I'm saying is just that, like, when it comes to the skill, the Kobe, KD, they're way skillful than these guys. These guys are position players. And what I would do, I would stretch the floor. I would make Patrick Ewing come out. I would make these centers, power forwards, true power forwards come out and guard me, and they're done. Put like, we have stretch fours and stretch fives now. Just say, let's put all these guys out on the perimeter and stretch them, bro.
They won't know what to do.
They would not know what to do, and that's what's gonna make LeBron blow by, KD blow by, all them guys.
Carmelo pull up. Kobe pull up.
Oh no, not Kobe because Jordan. Kobe's not gonna rescore.
Kobe's giving Jordan buckets all game.
I don't know about that.
Jordan was beating Kobe.
Who's guarding? Who's the point guard? Who's guarding Chris Paul or Darren Williams?
Oh.
And who's guarding James Harden? Because James Harden's coming off the bench.
Oh.
Who's guarding Andre Iguodala? Laser being pointed at the earth. Aliens say, take the shot. I want Iguodala.
Who's guarding Dwight Howard? Wait, hold on. I'm about to look up this 2012.
Dwight was on the 2012 team.
Yeah, he's on 08. My bad.
It was Kevin Love, Tyson Chandler, and AD for the big man.
2012 basketball.
Which is a vicious down low.
United States.
Boards over.
You have
having Boards over Tyson Chandler. I would have bet my money on it.
The roster was Chandler, Durant, Bron, Russell. Who's guarding Russell Westbrook? First of all, that's the most athletic point I've seen in my life. Who's guarding Russell Westbrook?
John Stockton. Like, what? There's going to be a mismatch on the new team. There's never going to be a mismatch on the old team.
Yeah, that's kind of safe to say it because Kevin Love can basically push out Patrick Ewing, and he's pretty much dirt at that point. He's not guarding.
You can't leave him open. You can't leave him open.
Yeah, it's pretty much over because he can guard Chandler, but Kevin Love will just spread. I would not start Chandler. I would start Kevin Love that game.
And Kevin Love would knock down them threes once LeBron started driving and started to cheat in.
Exactly. Once LeBron drives, they're gonna cut. They're gonna help drive. LeBron's the best, one of the best passers. He's gonna kick it. Boom.
Boom. Behind the back. Skirt.
Just throwing threes. Just pew, pew, pew. That's why it's all about moderation, bro.
It's small ball. Small ball beats big ball every time. When you have the best five on the court ever, they're gonna win. when they're playing small ball, and they're all big.
The reason why that I say that is because like these old heads be talking like, "Oh, we the best skill." I'm like, nah, bro. Every generation gets better. So when this next generation of hoopers, we're 40 and 50, and we see these guys coming in, they're probably more skillful than the guys that we see playing, and that's just how it is. And we're like a lot of these guys who are in the limelight, like Stephen A. Smith and all these other dudes. They're like Jordan, Mac, Jordan. Okay, then once they go, it's gonna be us in the spotlight. And who we're gonna say, Kobe or Bron? It's a whole wave. It's literally it's like a wave of who people say are the GOAT. Because these kids, you know, they see Jordan, they see Kobe, they see
I don't think
LeBron.
Jordan can die. Not with his brand. The brand that he's created, like business-wise, he's not dying in basketball. Neither's LeBron.
I didn't say he was dying. I'm just saying that.
No,
like,
yeah, but like LeBron and Jordan and Kobe are gonna forever be etched in the discussion of GOAT for centuries to come. The three
Nobody
of
ever
them.
says Kobe's the GOAT.
No, some people do.
No, there are some people that will argue to the death with you that Kobe's the GOAT.
That Kobe's the. I've never heard anyone say that.
No, there's people out there that'll say it.
LA, come to LA and say.
Yeah, you go to LA and you say LeBron's the GOAT, they're gonna fucking chew you up.
You will hear Kobe talk. Everybody says Kobe.
LA would say they're the best sports city as well, but that's cap.
Well, Boston, because y'all have football. We just got a football team like a couple years ago again.
Y'all been had the Chargers. What you mean?
That's San Diego, buddy.
That's California.
I'm talking about LA. I'm not talking about San Diego.
LA? They had the Raiders.
What? Who had the Raiders?
LA.
When?
The Oakland Raiders.
That's in Oakland. That's in Northern Cal. You see, bro, think about California, bro. It's like different vibes. Like if you go to Oakland, it's not the same vibe in LA. It's completely different vibe.
Totally
and
different.
We don't know San Diego. San Diego is just like it's San Diego. Like nobody really. If I'm LA, like I'm a LA. I'm born and raised in LA. So we just got a team again about like 3 years ago. Boston, you guys had the Red Sox for how long?
Sheesh, long time.
How long? The Patriots been around for a long time, and y'all just started winning when Tom came.
Tom was GOAT.
They won when they were the Oilers.
Tom was the GOAT.
How many times?
I think like twice.
Twice in 60 years?
Yeah, I mean, it's not bad.
And Tom gets 6 in 20. Or no, excuse
Tom's
me,
the GOAT.
7.
It's like Tom Brady is the greatest quarterback of all time. He has 7, like, and all the ring shit, but like football and basketball is 2 different sports, so I can't. I'm saying Tom because of the consistency every single year. You know how much money he's made for Robert Kraft? He's made so much money for that man. Because with football, the more rounds you get, the bonuses. Like Tom Brady, man, to do what he's done in football, when it's kind of based off of the team more than really like one person. Because Tom can do well. Tom got saved. Well, not really saved, but his team came up like against Seattle. If they ran the ball, that's 5. I mean, that's 6 for it's great because that's 6 for Tom. And Tom, I'm trying to think. All once he lost. The thing about the Giants,
he lost against the Eagles.
Oh yeah, but he had a great game now. So it's just the team. The Eagles came up with that fumble late in the fourth quarter, and bam, and he still had a chance.
Yeah, it was big tough.
I know EJ was hurt about that game.
That game was really tough to watch.
Against the Eagles?
Yeah.
I left the house I was at. I was very upset.
And the Giants, Eli beat Tom twice. Like Eli is a Hall of Famer because he beat Tom Brady.
Eli is not a Hall of Famer. Eli is a cheater. He cheated.
Tom cheats.
Tom doesn't cheat. Tom finesses.
Same thing. Tom cheated. Tom cheated, bro. Tom cheated, bro.
Bro, there's no evidence, bro.
Bro, that pick against Seattle, y'all ran that play in practice before the Super Bowl.
That's called practice. What do you mean?
how would y'all know? Only way for y'all to know their plays is like, bro, you guys know
But
these
watching their other 13 games throughout the season, maybe.
Oh, no, bro. It's literally a fact that you guys literally cheated, and that's fine. Bill Belichick has said y'all have cheated. Your own coach has said it's nothing wrong with cheating, bro, because they want to win. I get it, but I think this Super Bowl that Tom won basically put him like, okay, bro left the system, the Patriot way, and he went to Tampa Bay in his own way. In his first year, he got a ring. Mad respect. And he has 7, which means that when it comes to 7 rings, only Robert Horry and Bill Russell have that. Nobody else has 7 rings.
Horry.
6. LeBron has 4. Kobe has 5. LeBron about to get 7 by the time. LeBron gonna probably have 7 by the time he's done. LeBron will probably have 7, 8 rings by the time he's done. I'll say LeBron might have like 6 Finals VPs, 6 championships. He might win 8 and be just like a good role player. So from Spencer, you keep on saying 6 and 0. So if LeBron has 7, but 6 Finals MVPs, 6 championships, but he has 7 rings, will you change your mind? If LeBron matches Jordan,
I think you have to at that point. If he matches, then people are still gonna argue, oh, Michael Jordan three-peated, blah blah blah. But if you go and get 7, yeah, you just solidified yourself.
Okay.
Drake bought 100 Thieves.
Yeah, guys, I gotta go though. It was
No,
good
Drake
talking
just
to you.
had shares. Oh, peace out, Gavin. Thanks for coming on the podcast, bro. We're definitely gonna get you back in here for some more talks. Definitely
Yeah,
when
bro.
the
Man, you guys are great people to talk to, bro. I'm gonna definitely shout you guys out some more and get you guys going, man. For real.
yes, sir. Appreciate it, dog.
Yeah, all right, you guys. Be safe, my guy.
Catch you later,
Yeah,
Gavin.
bro. Thanks for coming on. Catch you later.
Yes,
All
sir.
right, bro. All right. Peace.
Peace.
Alright, we don't have any viewers right now. EJ, I think everybody went to bed. It's 2 a.m.
I think that. Do you see my text?
I can look at it.
Well, I was just saying that one thing I noticed like across like the 4 podcasts is we'll have viewers, and then if we ever talk about sports, people leave.
It does decline.
I think we should like stay clear of sports.
Okay.
Cause I mean, like it's interesting, but then it kind of gets repetitive.
No, yeah. But it is what we just want to talk about. We just got into the subject. It's all good.
Yeah, it's actually pretty interesting. Pretty interesting stuff we talked about.
3 hours and 30 minutes of a podcast. It's our longest podcast.
That was 3 hours long. Now I see how Joe Rogan be. You just kind of be like, yeah, let's just keep going.
Keep it going. All right. Well, since